the smell of blood and guts in the morning. It's time for you to experience true fear.
No past, no present, no future.
See you in hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to yet another Ways of War Philippines, brought to you by Garena. My name's AJ. I'm the Mustachio, down here with the one and only VVV Jericho to bring you guys all of the action from the broadcast of the day.
Yes, AJ, that is right. But before I do so, I just want to give a quick shout out to my good friend. Her name's Ia. She she supports me all the time, and she's gonna be a caster soon, AJ. She's a great analyst. She's really great. She got everything, and I just want to give her a shout out. But now back to business, AJ. Ways of War. It's going to be our third one, I believe. Another team will rise up to the top. Probably we might see them in the next major tournaments, but this is the beginning for them.
Yeah, Ways of War is that competition where we find our grassroots talents, right? We find exactly who of those within the sea of talents out there for Call of Duty Mobile, who deserves the best chance, the best opportunity to take it up to the next stage. And here's where we find them, right? Are we just going to get some teams who jump on in to play for, this prize pool? Or are we going to see some teams out there today who really want to show the Philippines that they have got what it takes to take that flag and wave it up in the air and make the nation proud? This is the prize pool that I was talking about. Quite a bit of CP in there. 5,000 for the champion. Second place takes back 4,000 CP. Third place 3,000 CP and 2,000 CP for those who end up in that fourth placement, Jericho.
Yeah, CP, not really what some of these teams are expecting, but you take what you have, and CP is going to be the one. You could get some draws, some full draws. The new Automaton ASM-10, I just saw it on the advertisement, AJ. I mean, it's a pretty nice skin. Or probably just try to get all the other ones, like the H2O Purifier, AJ, one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you always want to have a stock of extra CP, and we also have a CP spending event, so the timing is just absolutely fantastic for some of these teams. But once again, is it just a fight for this prize pool, or is it a fight? Is it a war that they are waging to prove their worth in the sea of talents for Call of Duty Mobile within the Philippines? Because we know there is an oversupply of talent right now, Jericho.
Oversupply, and you are right with that, AJ. We do have OGR, LXD, NASA, Godspeed, and C8 Pro. All these teams making a name for themselves, but the most notable one, AJ, C8 Pro. We've seen their brothers united in legacy in the Mobile Masters. What can they do? They've also started here, so is it their chance to be that third C8 team in the Pro League?
Yeah, there's a high probability for that, right? Because when we look at the wins out there, not only does mechanical capability come into account, it's also the strategies that are executed out there on the battlefield. It is the mastery of the maps. It's the understanding of the gameplay itself, which in a way builds your game sense over time as you reapply those strategies together as a squad. And the C8 brand clearly has proven that they have got the right formula to chug out amazing talents who are able to very quickly climb the ladder up to fame. C8 Pro, is this going to be yet another team within the brand itself to jump on up to the platform together with their bearers? Or will NASA, Godspeed, LXD, OGR beat them to it? We find out today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the schedule for the day as to how the action will break down. We will start things off with LXD taking on OGR.
Yeah, OGR and LXD going to be that first game. Second one is going to be NASA Godspeed versus C8 Pro. But AJ, remember, single eliminations here. So once you lose that first series, you have no chance of going to the grand finals. That's going to be our bronze match. And for the grand finals, only one best of five, no double best of five.
No. And, it's just a situation where it's a little disappointing if you've come all the way up to this level, but not be able to make the cut because one single failure, one single bad move in the game can really cost the match for you, right? But best of five, that sort of a setup allows you a little bit of room to make mistakes as a squad. And I feel like it will give them that balance that they're looking for. OGR, LXD, semi-final number one. Who moves on to the grand finals? Who moves down to the bronze match? We get to find that out right now, Jericho.
Yeah, here we go. Let's go to move on to the bans and picks. It's going to be OGR versus LXD. Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy. The same guys, same thing. But let's see what's going to be the map ban here. We do see OGR taking over that Lady Luck, AJ. They're going to ban Hack in the yard. Not a surprise, AJ, as most of these amateur teams, they tend to not master these kinds of maps yet. It's really a technical map. But let's see what LXD decides to ban here.
Yeah, LXD can take takeoff off of the list. There you go. It's a little tough to handle the spawns at Hardpoint takeoff. Domination gets a little complicated as well if you do not have full map mastery. I absolutely agree with the bans that have come through. Take on the regular maps that, everyone's just so used to out there already. It's a 50-50 fight. Everybody wants that number one spot. But Hardpoint can drop into standoff. You can go in there with a one-sided map as well. The thing is, right, Summit, you either hate it or love it for Hardpoint. If you truly have mastery of the map and you've got good chemistry in your team, you definitely want to bring your opponents there.
Yeah, definitely want to bring your opponents there. If you know how to do it, like you said, AJ, map mastery. But at the same time, I'm going to bring up your favorite point, AJ, mechanical capabilities. Do you have that aim? Do you have that game sense? That's also going to come through here. But let's see, Summit. There you go. It's going to be here. So OGR, they want to bring it on here. They want to make a statement immediately, but it might backfire them because for the past times that we've casted, AJ, every time a team picks Summit on map one, they usually lose it.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? Because everybody wants to sharpen their skills at Summit. And like your point that you usually bring up, Jericho, it's a one-sided map that you really have to win your gunfights at. And, sometimes they just falter in the mechanical skills department. But of course, we do have LXD who can bring in the response. Hardpoint, map number 4. Firing range standoff could be the picks that come through in here. But where will they bring us? Firing range, keeping things, I guess, to a certain degree out in the open because it's not a very straightforward map in here. And if you don't really have your rotations on point, you don't really hold down some of these key angles within the map in terms of those power positions, you really can let the match get away from you.
Yeah, especially firing range. You need that slaying power. If your team can't slay, you're not going to win that hard because it's such a small map. But now let's move over to Search and Destroy. LXD, they're going to be the ones picking that map number 2. SND might be a standoff here if they want to keep it a little bit small. But okay, Raid, the fan favorite, everybody's favorite SND map. Raid, I like this pick. We're definitely going to see a lot of snipers here. Double sniper setup. But at the same time, which of these teams are going to control that mid map? It's always open, but we always see the engagements on the ring side and also pool side.
Yeah, such a balanced map for S&D. Easy to make a play on, easy to make a mistake as well, depending on how your opponents kind of pull their strategy off in here. Good call by LXD. OGR, of course, picking the Special Forces side. They want to defend first. Now, that is a very interesting, element in here, right? Choosing to not take the bomb in your hands, wanting to see what LXD does in the first half of the matchup as they take the attacking side. It could backfire as well, Jericho, but let's see how that breaks down. Now, in response, OGR will be able to pick map number 5 if it even gets to that in this best of 5, and that's going to be standoff, just leaving one final map, which is Crossfire for Domination. And I much rather see these teams drop in there for Domination instead of Hardpoint, man. Hardpoint at Crossfire is a whole other level. I really like the way this ban and pick has found, kind of spanned out.
Yeah, it's like no one really has the advantage till we see it. It's such a balanced map pool. Like, except for that Crossfire. For me, that Crossfire Domination is all about who's gonna take over that one side? We usually see people, they like A and B, but sometimes they like C and B. So a lot of those things are gonna be really, really happening here. But also the operator skills. What kind of operators do we see? Do we see the Purifier here? OGR, what are you gonna ban? Okay, they threw the bait down. Here we go. Annihilator being banned. Okay, all right. The Purifier is in, AJ, and that is what you want for Summit. But for how long can you hold it down? Or are you just going to pull out and die? We've seen a lot of players do that, but you have to be very efficient since if you look at the maps, AJ, it's all small maps except for Crossfire.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a rookie mistake or these two teams just really want to have a little bit of fun out there on the battlefield, because the Purifier most definitely is the operator skill that you really do not want to go up against out there on the battlefield, especially in the pro scene, looking at how some of these other operators are, way too OP banned off. So the Purifier is as good as it gets right now out there. And you leave that out for the open. It's a game changer that can really change the momentum, especially at that Hardpoint Summit, Jericho.
Yeah, especially the Hardpoint Summit, in any of those hills, it's very, very powerful. You can wipe a whole team down. You get at least, 20 seconds from there. But I feel like the best way to use that, P3 and P4, AJ, those money hills are just very, very important.
Yeah.
That pretty much swings the whole game, because once you don't need points in P1 and P2. You could just come back in P3 immediately.
Yeah.
So, and that map, anybody can make a comeback. So it's very unpredictable. I just hope both of these teams know how to use it properly. I just don't want them pulling it out. And then after that, make it shiny and pretty, then you just respawn to your next life.
Yeah, personally for me, I'll keep the Purifier for that P4. That is your game changer. That is your momentum. You bring it out at P3, it's gonna be all right because it's a closed space, but it's too wide of a space for you to cover all corners with a Purifier, right? You step on in there, and there's just way too many of those corners that your opponents can sit on in, avoid your Purifier shots, take you down. But P4, my friend, you're just barbecuing everyone all at one go. Madman gonna start things off at the second floor of this control room number 2, and over down at the bottom, it will be OGR with the aggressive push. Martin just holding the back flank. Is he going to be able to take down Dog? Yes, he will be. Hat Dog steps on out, shuts one down, but gets traded immediately. So far, it's only OGR, but that's exactly how Summit is on that first Hardpoint. You can have a team running on in there, but LXD, the way they're going to break this is with the help of the gods of RNG. Look at that split spawn coming through, but no, they lose out on all their gunfights.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. They had the advantage of that upper ground, but they decide just to lose all the points here. But finally, 26-1, and OGR running away with this one. But finally, LXD, they still have spawns for that P2 and P3. They just really want to save that. And now they finally break the hill. 26 points, and now they're slowly racking it up. But the battle for P2, as you can see on your map, AJ already rotated by the side of OGR.
Oh, Madman is going to get the 4th kill in a row. A 2v1 challenge gets it, but backstab by Aaron shuts his run down. OGR 26-15. You haven't really run away with the match just yet if it's Hardpoint. Just one hill can make an easy comeback for the side of LXD. But now look at the players of OGR holding down to the Hardpoint. They have got all of their corners covered because they know no one's going to spawn from the back. But as I say that, that's exactly what happens. Here comes the Dragonfire as well to give LXD a few extra bits of information here and there. But all that information isn't going to help you out if you're not winning the gunfights. And that was what you were pointing out at the bans and picks in itself. Knowing the rotation's one thing, winning those gunfights and the hill points a whole other, Jericho.
Yeah, whole other indeed. The slaying department is just all OGR. Yes, LXD, you get 20 points. You manage to break the hill but for how long, AJ? You're just breaking on your own one by one. But finally, they managed to get control. But look at that, OGR. They did the damage. They don't need that. Rotation already on point. One player at the back already. The setup is through. But number 4, LXD, he can try to make a play over at that terminal. But so far, he's going to get taken out as well. And OGR, they're just running away with this. But the RNG gods, AJ, here you go, LXD. They have this one good break. Can they manage to do it?
OGR is just dominating this map, not just with the gunfights, but also with the early rotations. They really know exactly what they want. They jump on in there. Hat Dog pulls out the equalizer, just the perfect tool for them now to run away with this game. But the spawns, there's just one guy holding on to the back. It's gonna be our Death Machine.
Oh my God.
Not enough to take down Papi. What a movement with that KRM.
Yeah, what a move it indeed, and he wasted a death machine, but it doesn't matter because Hot Dog and one more player has a purifier. They invested in it, right? And we did see LXD, they used it as well, but with no damage whatsoever. Now Poppy goes down. Here comes Scry. He's gonna eat a thumper. 71 to 49, and now OGR, they're the ones struggling, and this is the one we're talking about, AJ. The momentum shifting over to P3. Look at that, LXD already has a good lead here, but the rotation again being taken over by OGR.
Yeah, LXD, what a play, man. I mean, these, even for all of those scrap points at the very end, LXD finally breaking that hill, and now Papi, KRM, gets that flick, gets the second as well, wins the hill over, tries to break the spawn, Papi on fire!
Yeah, Poppy's just on fire with that KRM, but can his teammates also help through? But here we go, LXD about to reach that 100-point mark. It's going to be contested. Hot Dog trying to make the play. OGR, they do have the spawns, but they're just going to get pinched by both sides. They have to win all those gunfights, but so far everyone just going down one by one. But then again, they still keep on getting the spawns, but they're not capitalizing on the hill.
Yeah, and this is just LXD with that final second comeback. They managed to break that hill earlier on, and this is a good break. 34 seconds to go in here. OGR, but they are not keeping an eye on their back. Look at the spawn break coming through from LXD. They get the spawn, and that was just way too easy. LXD now showing OGR how it's played at Summit, and they are running away with this matchup. Thumper comes out. Nancy smacks them out. 115, 261, 13 seconds in here. Scrap points. It's a no-go for OGR. Yes, they can go in there for the early rotations, but that's just going to be putting them in a way bigger pickle. Hat Dog finishes off the final player, steps on in there for the final battle, potentially back for the reset of this hard point.
Yeah, they're just struggling right now. Look at the swing. It's 121 to 66 now. LXD, they just need a little bit more time, but here comes OGR. Remember, they won that first hill, but for how long can they hold it? Poppy just trying to make a play with his KRM. Been very good, but Aaron's gonna be there. Morton goes down as well, trades back and forth. No one has control, but here comes LXD. They're gonna be the first ones in the hill as well, but still it's being prevented. And now OGR finally hops on the hill. Madman takes himself out. Just a bloodbath back and forth. Morton goes down as well, and Poppy's still on fire, AJ. 23 to his name.
23 second on the kill combo. Can he get more for himself? Those plays just a little too far, but Poppy makes that absolutely nothing. Slides on through, finds another purifier this time, and he toasts one out. 141 to 70. OGR, where's that fighting spirit that we saw them start things off on, Jericho?
Nothing's happening. The purifier just closing things out, but they don't want to hop on the hill. Poppy just gets more kills, and back and forth we go. Last 4 seconds. Can anyone contest? The Pred comes through. He's gonna take one down. Last point's been contested, but it's not yet over. But here comes TG. OGR. Can they make the play? They're gonna be all in the new hill. And LXD, they wasted their Pred. They still have a sentry gun. Here comes the depth machine, and the comeback is on. But if you're LXD, you can just take your time. Don't really have to burst in, and Hot Dog's gonna be there. 1v1, biggest gunfight of your life. He's gonna get tagged up, and that's gonna be it. Not yet, still contested, but finally, Floby ends it. 150 to 74. That's gonna be game number 1 for LXD after a very slow start.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to exactly where this went wrong, right? It was all in the break of the hill at the third hard point, which just brought the whole play crumbling down for OGR. And it's just a little unfortunate because they kind of started things off on a really high note, Jericho.
Yeah, it really started off in such a great note. OGR, they started, 26 to 6, and then they managed to tie it up in P2. But that P3, AJ, they set up first. We both pointed it out. Then all of a sudden, they wasted all their operators, and they just lost every single gunfight.
Yeah, the equalizer in the P3 was really good. The purifier, on the other hand, there was just no sustainability on that at all. You're going to get flanked, and the break that came through was a really good one on the side of LXD because the way that they took it, right, they threw their numbers in towards that water tank. They took the backstab. They took control of the spawn first and then threw their numbers in, not really taking a straightforward fight. And that straightforward fight was the position that the guy holding onto the purifier was kind of protecting, right? And it was just such a clean takeover. And just like that, as all hard points are, they gained that momentum and ran away with the matchup. Inside of the fourth hard point, that's exactly where we saw Papi kind of popping off. Madman, Hat Dog as well dropped by with insane numbers of kills in that fourth hard point, just not letting OGR get anywhere back in there. Even when they lost the hard point, it was the focus on breaking the spawn once again. Because if you don't have the spawn on that fourth hard point, there's nothing you can do, right? And they worked for it as a team. OGR, on the other hand, they kind of panicked, man. They saw the comeback from the side of LXD, and that kind of just threw their momentum off. Instead of playing for those spawns, instead of just holding down their ground, they just hyper-focused on those hard points, and they paid such a high price for it.
Yeah, I agree. I think, they focused too much on the kill stage. I feel like when they got a little bit, I could say, overconfident in a way, because they were running away with it in the first two kills.
Yeah.
But once that P3 came through, they didn't communicate that one. They all just brought out everything that they had. They were focusing on one position. And then after that, LXD, they just took it one by one. They took it step by step because they knew if they get that P3, it's just gonna snowball to P4. Same story in P4, AJ. They didn't rotate first, but RNG gods played a part, and then they just broke it in great fashion. I mean, that's just unfortunate if you are on the side of OGR, because you started off really great, but you ended on such a poor note. Hopefully, in this S&D, I feel like things might just change here, because looking at the gunfights, both teams are very equally sound.
Yeah, equally sound, and the part that OGR kind of just needs to, I guess, hold down this time around is just their nerves, right? Because they were, I mean, you said it, Jericho, they were doing so well at the start of that matchup, and then they kind of faltered. So this time around, if OGR, they can bring in the same amount of, the same type of momentum into this raid S&D, we might just be able to see them run away with the victory overall, because they have got what it takes in terms of the gun skills. But then on the defense, it's the one thing you don't really want to do now, isn't it? Don't want to push your opponent's Pepsi, spots him first, but Hat Dog with the slide, that's just a little unfortunate.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but look at that flank on your map, number 4. That's going to be Aaron on the blue side. He has a great flank. No one's watching that, but Money Dome in a gunfight as well. All these players, all individual gunfights, and OGR, they're going to be getting those first 2 kills. But Nancy with the PPSH finally gets one. Now it's going to be a 3 versus 3. Morton takes him out, 2v2. Let's see what happens here. Morton trying to make the play on his own LXD, and he's going to get taken down. Beautiful retake for the side of OGR. But then again, to echo your point, AJ, when we did see the maps and bans, we were scared for OGR in this when they picked the defensive side.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. But, it's all about exactly how they want to play this, right? They wanted to see exactly how LXD takes the push towards them. And when Pepsi kind of got in the first spot on them, but got taken down, that's where I expected OGR to kind of falter once again. But it was one of the cleanest retake. It took a little bit of firepower by Morton out there at Tiki as well. But it was the strength that the team had together. Pepsi this time round will not be caught off guard, will get traded out later on, but the damage has already been done.
Yeah, damage has been 2 for 1. That's all you need. And Aaron, they're going to push through, but Madman open this up on BN, but the bomb is down. Poppy did not pick it up. He's going to get taken down, and this is just a round for OGR. Don't have to push anymore. 2 versus 3. They have that man advantage, but Kitchen is wide open. And that number 3, Madman, he can just make a play there. No one's looking at it because they're both looking at poolside. You don't want to do this if you're the side of OGR. You want to take over of Kitchen, and this is just timing. And there you go. Molds takes out more than 2v2. And look at that, Madman. He's already inside Kitchen. He might just get this guy in. Oh, my God. Oh, that timing. You hate to see it. Call of Duty time at its finest. AJ, 2 versus 2. Still 50 seconds. A lot of time here.
Yeah, Arf can drop right back. But now he gets caught out. That was just absolute horrendous timing from the side of Arf. Aaron does manage to get one, but that information flows back, and Madman gets the backstab. LXD pulls one round back, and I guess the weakness of OGR from that first game kind of trickles into the second match as well. There's just not much consistency out of them, but there's still a lot of rounds in here for them to make those adjustments and very solidly pull this game right back, Jericho.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like communication is such a huge thing for them. I don't feel like they're communicating well with that kind of position, but so far, look at this. They're going to give up A. There's only going to be one player, one in Kitchen as well. So mid is going to be clear again, but there you go. Here comes the push from the side of LXD. What can they find? But they give up Kitchen. OGR, they're going to back away from this one. So mid map's not going to be there, but Madman in a world full of trouble if he gets away there. He does get away, and there you go. Arf goes down, and this is going to be the push for A. But look at that. Just look at them. Everyone's just spread it out. And there you go. 5 versus 3. Bomb is going to go down. But look at number 3. Madman. He's still on the flank.
5-3-3. See if he can get it. Melz spots out Aaron. Doesn't stand right back up. Waits for Morten. Morten with the backup. Does manage to get one down. Melz shuts Aaron out of the equation. 2v3. OGR had a opportunity before Melz happened. And Poppy finishes things off as LXD pulls in front.
LXD making light work of that one. Just beautiful, beautiful plays coming through for them. And OGR just a little bit too aggressive on that defense. You just want to hold it down. You just play for retake. But so far, I think the patience is not there, AJ. They just want to keep on moving.
Yeah, let's see if or not they will be able to kind of take it down a few notches, play it a little bit slower. They need to strategize a little better before they take this approach. Nancy this time shuts down Morten, who gets very aggressive with the defense. Cairo this time. The rotations just need to be buffed up a little bit. Arf needs to wait for a little bit of backup before he steps on out Mercy. The timing's good for him as he backs away. Poppy from up top will be able to punish. Let's see what they pull off as the bomb gets planted. LXD now holding the momentum of this match.
Yeah, they have the momentum 3-2 now. Arf does get Poppy, but in a 1 versus 3, what can you do? Melz takes down Arf. Cairo has a sniper. 20 seconds left. This should be a round for LXD. You'd need a miracle from this. Cairo, just he does spot one, but he's gonna take by Hot Dog. And now LXD 3-1. And now OGR, are they scratching their heads that why did they pick on defense first? Because so far LXD, I feel like they're both good on both sides.
Yeah, the whole pick of the defense backfiring. Maybe this is it, right? You just really don't know exactly how things are gonna swing. You really want to, take the advantage of the attacking side on your own side first. Try to rake up as many points as possible. But OGR, they still believe in the defense. Pepsi this time around holding down to the console of that bomb side just so that he doesn't get shut down with a double challenge. Oh, look at the challenge coming through. LXD, what a momentum, what a timing. Hot Dog, he gets that kill. That was perfection in terms of accessing that basketball court.
Yeah, that's how you double challenge, how you entry. But now they're gonna leave their back open again. Melz takes one. Aaron, he does spot another one. Nancy takes down Morten, and just like that, 5 versus 2. What are you gonna do? Everything is just falling apart for the side of OGR. But finally, Cairo does get one. Arf does get one as well. So 3 versus 2. But Poppy, he does go down. 2v2. What is happening now? Just the meltdown of everything. Melz gonna miss that shot, brings out that CBR, trying to make this play. But Cairo takes down Hot Dog. And then 2 versus 5 retake. What is happening?
That was just gunfight after gunfight after gunfight. OGR winning everything outside before even stepping on fourth through the bomb site. And Cairo, he pretty much was the biggest winner, man. He woke up in that round. And now halfway through, we switch sides, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see if or not OGR can pull on in front with the bomb in their hands.
I don't get it. You have the bomb down. Just watch over the bomb. I really hate to see it, but besides Aaron in a 1v1 trying to make the plays in, but Nancy takes down Arf. Man with the shotgun gets 2 hit markers, but doesn't matter. It took 3 shots. Bomb is down. And here we go. OGR down by one last player alive. It's going to be Pepsi. He's going to eat another KRM still alive, but more players at the back. Man pushing on his own. No trades. He's just going to go for this shot. What can he do? 1v3 though. Very winnable if you're a Pepsi with 1:20 on the clock.
Oh, spots one. No trigger discipline gives away that information, and now everybody knows exactly where he is. Here comes the chase from Madman, trying to take that backstab, and the positioning from the side of LXD now is just perfect. Pepsi backs away towards the gym. He's just trying to catch one player off guard before stepping on in. 1 minute is a lot of time to work with in Call of Duty Mobile. Pepsi doesn't need to rush this. Now steps on out, spots the player, gets Melz down onto the ground, and that's perfect. Look at him, man, not rushing for that bomb plant, just immediately backing away, continuously trying to fish them out. Pepsi, he has got the momentum on him. He has got the right strategy here, Jericho. It's all about the execution. Now the rotation on towards basketball court, and it doesn't seem like LXD is responding fast enough, so he should be able to pull off a plant here, but no, my friend.
Yeah, I don't understand.
There you go.
Just run.
Okay,
just
nice.
run.
Nice.
Go. Yes. I mean, if I was him, I would be running already because you already have the information. You took one down, 2 guys shot at you. You do the math. 1 + 1, that's 2. So he's gonna plant the. Is he? Okay. He does get the bomb down, but here we go. 1 versus 2, very winnable if you're OGR. Here comes the rotation. He might just get one player at back jungle. I don't like this, but this is scary. If you're LXD, you just have to push together as a team. Just pinch it together. But let's see if they can do it. Pepsi. 5 kills. What can he find? This is if he clutches this, he's the best player in Garena right now. He's gonna spot one. Does he speak top? Yes, he does. Oh, yeah, almost. But Hot Dog takes him down, AJ. And like I knew he was gonna do that, but unfortunately, Hot Dog already pre-aimed 4-2.
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect the game sense out of Pepsi there, right? You know, one by one, just fishing those players out, trying to go in there for that long rotation into basketball court, even as he does, not leaving open stairs unchecked. Steps on up, makes sure that he's not being followed, not being flanked from that central garden, and only then going in for the plant. And even as he wanted to take the plant, you did see him fake out the initial plant just to see if or not someone's going to rush him down. And that's what you need to do. You need to take all precautions as you step on out forth. But I want to see those precautions taken as you are a full squad. I don't want to see Pepsi doing, pulling off those tremendous plays as a solo player. I mean, although it's a really nice and it's really fun to watch, it keeps you on your edge, it doesn't really give you the wins, Jericho.
It doesn't. It has to be a team effort here. And so far, I like the adjustment. They're down 2 and 4, but they're slowing things down. But look at this, Nancy. Such an aggressive spot towards that Art. And Aaron, he doesn't know what to do. He does have a shotgun. So close range is going to be very, very effective. But the slow push into A. But middle is clear. Again, Kitchen and Money Room going to be very open. But Poppy going to be in that square. And here we go. Smoke is down. And this just might be the push for them. And LXD hasn't recognized it. But here we go. The push is going to come through. First player alive. And Poppy takes down Pepsi. And just like that, their star player going to be eliminated, AJ. 5 versus 4. Nancy trying to hit the flank as well. And they're just going to be trapped in poolside.
Yeah, Papi just made the play for the side of LXD, man. Taking out their star player was, the start of the execution. And OGR! Unfortunately for Melt, he didn't see that coming. Madman takes out Aaron. Martin shuts down Madman. It's a 3v3. LXD, they still have an opportunity in here if they can lock down the sides. Hatchdog will spot one, but Cairo, who smart plays from the pool, shuts him down. Papi will be able to shut down Martin, traded out by ARF. 2v1. LXD, all of a sudden now on the back foot, but they are on the defense. Bomb not planted just yet. He just needs to hold out for 10 more seconds. Finally, bomb plant comes through, but it's just a little too late, Jericho.
A little too late in a D3 to 4. They did get that first blood, but a little bit the great trades coming through from OGR. They knew they had to bait their teammates to get that round, and it worked out for them. 3 to 4 now. Let's see what they can do in this round. Try to go a little bit faster if you're the side of LXD, and I feel like OGR, they're gonna do it. Here we go. The rush is gonna come through. It's gonna be a 1v1 gunfight in the middle again. Poppy trying to make a play. Tags him up. He's gonna take down Aaron. 4 to 5 now. Gonna push through again. Morton takes down Hot Dog. Trades are coming through. Back and forth we go. They have the man advantage. Bomb is near, and here we go. There's gonna be one last player. He's gonna try to eat a thumper, but so far OGR already inside the site.
Yeah. Morten just missing that player by a couple of seconds, and unfortunately, although he does manage to take him down, there was a lot of pressure there. OGR still managing to bag that round out, even though things got a little bit too tense. I mean, it's good that they took the round, but it was a little too messy there, Jericho.
A little too messy indeed. Just back and forth we go, and OGR they keep on sticking together, which is what I really like about them. They switched up their strategy. They play for trades and for LXD. Yes, they get one, but they always get traded out. Finally, Pepsi opened things up to take out Poppy. Now they have the man advantage, but they're all trickled in this cutout, but finally leaves it. Bomb is gonna go down. Retake for LXD and OGR. Momentum is slowly shifting towards them.
OGR desperately needs this win. Ad Dog is making that a little tougher. Shuts down the first one. LXD now on the defense. Can they take yet another? Oh, look at that grenade already on the prime by Aaron. Doesn't get Madman. Madman shuts down ARF. It's a 4v3. Nancy takes one down as well. Aaron and Martin stepping up for the team. And now it's just a 1v1. Let's see if or not Martin will be able to pull this off against the Madman. And he does. The CBR supremacy. Hoger has got nothing on it as OGR get to that match point.
Yeah, OGR match point. The swing of momentum, AJ. It's been with them, and it's leading by the charge of Martin and Pepsi. 5 to 4. LXD, they could have won the round already. They could have won the game already, but so far, they're going to go for this. They're going to go for the rush. Madman's going to take down one. Another player, they do go down. Madman gets another one. It's 3 to 4 versus 2. Just a rush for them, but Morton's still alive. He's going to hit the flank as well, and both players off the side of OGR just stuck. Melt hits a collateral. Round 11, game number 2, AJ. Here we go.
Yeah, that very quickly spiraled out of the control of OGR. And now, round number 11, OGR, they definitely need this. Back on the defense in the spot that they wanted to. Now that they've got full information as to how LXD plays their attacking rounds, they know exactly how to respond through in here. Mel's a shot through his opponent, through his friend. And Madman shutting himself down out of the equation. This is not going to be great for LXD at all.
It's not gonna be great indeed, and Mel's gonna spot one player. He saw you. The Thumper is gonna throw you out. He's gonna get shot. 3 versus 3 though. Still winnable. Cairo only has a pistol left, brings out the Holger, but he's gonna eat a Thumper! Last player alive! What can you do, Aaron? He does have the flank, the timing. Oh, I thought he was gonna go for the ninja defuse, but it doesn't matter. 1 versus 2. CBR. What can you do? Hot Dog and Nancy, I like their positioning. Crossfire is all you need. But Aaron, they need you the most now. Bomb is down as well, so both teams in a very bad position.
Yeah, and the best play that LXD can come up with right now is just play that time and surprise him towards the end, but they don't challenge him together. Aaron gets Nancy. Here comes the smoke as well, but Hand Dog had the angle. Aaron with one single mistake, unfortunately, drops the ball, although he was the only reason why OGR still was alive towards those final moments, man. I mean, it was a great play from both teams, Jericho. I just feel bad for OGR because they just can't finish things off.
They just can't. I mean, just a lot of missed opportunities. And sometimes that before it went to around 11, they just got surprised, surprised out of nowhere. And they were like, let's just run to 8. All of a sudden, you see 3 people running with shotguns in your face. I mean, just great plays coming from LXD. And for LXD, you kept it too close. You got to close out as fast as you can.
You know, OGR, above and beyond everything else, I feel like each and every single player stepped up to the plate and took the best rounds. Pepsi could have, I guess, called for a little bit of stronger backup, because I feel like OGR, the one biggest mistake that they have been making in this raid S&D, on the defense, they kept on stacking up that B side. They just weren't really equal in terms of their defensive holds. Basketball Court always had Pepsi as the solo player there. That guy just kept getting double challenged after the players of LXD already found that they only need to shut him down in order to get the plant. And the attacking side for the side of LXD was just a little too easy after they got that information, Jericho.
Yeah, it just made it a little too easy. And OGR, they had some great rounds, but LXD, they just took over in the last 2 rounds. They were like, okay, let's just focus, let's play seriously, and that's why they are up 2-0. Let's see if they can make it a 3-0, or will OGR make the impossible again, AJ, a reverse sweep?
Oh, with how close things have been so far, albeit the Hardpoint match at Summit would not really show that case because of how the points kind of stand, 74 to 150. I feel like OGR and LXD are very, very evenly matched up. In terms of the gunfights as well as the strategies, it's just that the Summit part, you saw OGR kind of break down at those very final moments after what we thought was a stellar start. Once they lost the momentum, they just couldn't make that comeback right all the way through. And, I just hope that's not the case for the series overall after the players of LXD have taken away 2 matches from them, Jericho.
Hopefully it's not, but looking at that respawn that we saw, AJ, you really got to give the advantage to LXD. The way they were calm, cool, collected, they just took over towards the end, but this is going to be a different story. Crossfire, a very, very hard map to at least just to get control of these flags, AJ. It's going to be the battle for Butchers as well as that middle building, AJ. And here we go. Madman going to start things off with a Holger. Takes 1 down through the smoke. Takes 2 down through the smoke. 3 down for OGR. And just like that, a free B cap for the side of LXD.
Oh, come on, Madman. You cannot be doing things like that. Holger supremacy walks past one player. R4 will be able to shut him down with this SVD. And that's exactly what they need. LXD down, 2 flags in hand. OGR immediately on the back foot. But this is their opportunity to pull that flag right back. Madman will not be able to prevent that. 10-6. OGR on the way in here to run away with this matchup. They start on the strongest side. But look at the gods of RNG giving the spawn to LXD from Broken Building, and now that C flag might be lost.
Yeah, that C flag just might be lost, and OGR, LXD, they're gonna hop on it as well, but OGR, they're not going anywhere. They don't want to go anywhere. They want to defend B, but they just lost their home flag, and now they're gonna be trapped inside the middle. Butcher's gonna be a very good position, and this is a recipe for disaster for OGR.
Yep.
You're not even pushing through a flag. You're just waiting for something to happen, and LXD gets two. Ooh, actually does not get it, but they need to find a flag, a home flag now.
Oh, look at this, man. OGR, they are doubling back to their own home flag. No, my friends, you take your opponent's flags, take the A flag away, reset the positions, and now they're doing neither, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Are we gonna see the crushing of OGR by the side of LXD because of the inability of the players of OGR to pull off, to make those right decisions? And now, great Pred dropping on in. I don't understand the Pred.
I don't understand it. You open up a kill with your Pred, push up, get the flag, get a home flag, and they're just circling back, turtling back on B. I don't understand this play, but look at the C. Finally, about to push a flag, but Nan's gonna be inside that B flag as well. Can he make the play? Gets one as well. Last player behind him doesn't take him out. But Cairo, yes, you do have your Pred, but no pressure whatsoever from the side of OGR.
I'll tell you exactly why I laughed, right? I laughed because I'm like, wait a minute, did I just build them up for nothing? Because OGR, they were doing so well earlier on, and now with the C flag on for the pull right back, that was a little bit of help from the gods of RNG, but LXD making that play absolutely nothing by winning that B flag right back. They maintain control of this match overall and make a beeline straight for that 75-point mark. Domination halfway through. OGR will be able to take a quick short break before they come back in, but when they do come back in here next round, they're on the weaker side of the map, and I don't know if they know how to play the Special Forces base right.
Yeah, looking at the way they're playing, they're just no communications, nothing, no initiative, AJ. I feel like their IGL struggling as well, but 73 to 48. Yes, you did manage to get some points here, but that next half, I feel like LXD, they're just going to be prepared with all their operators being ready. And for the side of OGR, they use their streaks to what? To get kills, but not even get a flag.
That Pred missile, bro, I tell you, was just such a... At that very moment, I started questioning all the hype I was throwing to the side of OGR, I swear. Because that Pred... I was so confused because they had players towards the B flag. They needed backup at their own home flag as well that they had already traded out. And that was just such a bad call from the players. But now, this second round, this second half, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, seems to be a much stronger one. OGR, Hat Dog, on the other hand, bringing out the equalizer, shutting down all of those plays. Are they going to be able to win the B flag because of that play? Pred missile comes through, this time used right by Kiro. OGR might be able to win their way right back in here.
Yeah, that's what they need, but here goes a big gunfight on that B. They managed to capture it, but Cairo gonna make a play here, does push one down, and that's gonna be opportunity for them to make the play. And B, he's gonna try to capture it, but there's gonna be one more player. The Purifier melts him to the next round. Poppy, try to make a play. He's gonna get stunned. Unfortunately, can he turn? Can he turn enough? But he does not hit enough time. Aaron gonna make a play on his own. Drops the sentry gun in the wrong side. And okay.
At times, panic, bro. Panic just makes you, oh, okay, he didn't drop it. He just pulled that out. Aaron this time round, OGR. Let's see if or not LXD will be able to pull that B flag right back in here because all of their players have hyper committed, and all LXD now needs to do is just work for that A flag, and they are doing exactly that. Look at the distraction coming through. Papi winning all of the gunfights all on his own. As the players drop on in there, they will not go in for the A flag, and instead, and Papi gets shut down. The play still alive for LXD. Can Hat Dog win all of his gunfights? He does, and at the very final moment, Nancy wins it.
Hunter.
Backs away. Hunter Killer Drone does manage to shut down Kiro. What a play.
That's how you use a Hunter Killer Drone, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta use it close range, but now LXD, they get control of it, AJ, and that momentum is just shifting towards them again. Even though OGR is making a lot of plays, they invested so much, but they still lose that B flag. Morton takes himself out. And just like that, 116 to 94, we're almost to that GG territory, AJ.
Hmm.
OGR, they got to make a play and now make it happen. Now they got to win all their gunfights.
At this very moment, all OGR needs to do is just overextend to that C flag. But they're just so focused on pulling away the B flag. It's not going to be impossible. But my friends, very clearly, it's super difficult. LXD have overcommitted their players in there. And only one defensive player is holding on to Butchers. If you can break Butchers, step onto that C flag, you already have 2 flags and the possibility of a comeback. But now it's getting into that GG territory. Like you mentioned, Jericho, 135 already to 104. Unfortunately, a comeback might not be possible without a triple cap from here.
Yeah, they need a triple cap indeed. 138 and 106. Here we go. 140, 106. You know, if you're LXC, you just need 1 flag, and that's all you need. And
Yeah.
look at that. The defense is going to be on. They don't even need to hop on it. And just like that, LXD, you're going to take this 3-0.
OGR had it in their hands. It's a slow burn on this victory for LXD towards the very end. And of course, like we said, OGR, they need to get a triple cap in order to make a strong comeback in here, which is still possible as LXD backs away. But Gods of RNG giving them the spawn from the back. And even if OGR does manage to win away that C flag at this very final second, which does not look possible, you know, a trade still can come through at the very back for their home flag. LXD, what a play, consistency all throughout the 3 matches that they took against OGR. OGR, on the other hand, were not ready for them, Jericho. We saw just one too many mistakes, one too many misplays that shouldn't be a part of their gameplay at all. But hopefully it is one that they learn from before stepping into their bronze match later on.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they did. But I mean, even if they do take those notes, you know, it's still a bummer because you can't go back to the grand finals at or AJ. But they have to, I don't know, man. This Crossfire, they got to ban it next time. You know, I'd rather play in Hackney Yard because in Hackney Yard, you could just, it's easier for you to formulate your plan because the spawns are a little bit forgiving. Unlike in Crossfire, you just spawn everywhere. You don't spawn with your teams. You have to make individual plays. And for the side of LXD, they were all making individual plays.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And it's also the decision making that comes through when the Gods of RNG kind of make you spawn out of nowhere, right? And to drive that point home, it was the players of LXD that spawned out of the broken building out of nowhere. Nobody was holding on to the spawns. It's just that the game decided to give them that spawn. And, you know, instead of using that spawn to just run to that B flag and take a backstab, they just used that momentum, ran over to their opponents, stole their home flag, and that's where you saw LXD kind of just moving forward with the matchup, right? It was just a no-brainer for them to use the momentum given to them by the game in itself. But when you look at the plays from the players of OGR, it was unfortunately disappointing. And to point this out, they were spawning out of lounge, and that's just beside on the right-hand side of P2. That was the perfect opportunity for them, Jericho. They had the numbers advantage there to steal the home flag of LXD away. What did they do? They just hyper-focused on that B flag, and they just kept butting their heads in. Look at how close this this domination match was. It could have just ended on the side of OGR.
Yeah, if they had the plan, that was the one thing that we were both just like scratching my head, man. I was like shaking my head. I'm like, what am I mean, you know, just no disrespect to them, but you know, at that point you can't be turtled up in that side. You gotta think. You have to, you really have to do something.
Yeah, Jericho, you know, in the past, I didn't main MP whenever I go out there and stream or whenever I go out there and play. I always stuck to Battle Royales, right? So, you know, shoutcasting for Call of Duty Mobile MP was to a certain degree a little bit of a challenge as I did not understand the full mechanics. But after starting playing, I kind of learned all of it in detail. And the one thing that I really cannot accept is the waste of that Pred missile, right? Because in a match like Domination, it's such an important asset on your side because you get to lock down, to just break apart the place. You get information out of the Pred missile as well. And nothing forces you to rush your play on the Pred missile. You can literally hold on to that screen for 4 to 5 seconds before the game forces your Pred missile down onto the ground. So what was shown there in the domination matchup, unfortunately, is just a little unacceptable from the side of OGR. And, you know, a few of those moments kind of appeared in this Summit Hardpoint as well, as they had such a great start, Jericho.
Great start, just poor finish. Just very, very unfortunate for them. And I mean, here in the end, I mean, you just saw P3 and P4, AJ. That was
Yeah.
the biggest point that we've been talking about ever since the game even started. I'm like, P3 and P4. If you don't get any points in P1 and P2, you could definitely win with 3 and 4. So that's what happened. But here in the S&D, this is where we saw the true potential of OGR, AJ, that they can really hang if it's S&D, they could really really do well. But LXD, they just made another plan. I love their adjustments towards the end, and in the end, they took it 6-5.
Yeah, but even on this highlight reel, what we noticed is Pepsi was just holding on to that A side all on his own. He was double challenged, he was triple challenged, and yes, in a couple of those rounds, he managed to spray down those players, but to what cause, right? Because even if you did manage to trade out a couple of players, you still lose away the bomb side. And that was just that adjustment that OGR was not bringing forth in those games as they played defensive. But thankfully, they did manage to push it into round number 11. Unfortunately, they couldn't wrap things up in this domination matchup as well, Jericho. They got so close, but they couldn't finish off because of the unfortunate decision making in more than a couple of those situations.
Yeah, I feel like that first half, AJ, if it was a different kind of OGR, if they managed to cap, that 1 minute that they were just sterling around that B, if they captured another flag, they could have probably won the game.
So close. OGR, all I want to say for them is they were just so close to winning this, which just means they've got so much of potential to continuously show us what they're made of. So hopefully we see them step it up in that bronze matchup. We're going to take a quick short break. When we come back, semifinals number 2.
Miss Air!
No past, no present, no future.
See you in hell. reminds me of home. I love the smell of blood and guts in the morning. It's time for you to experience true fear.
No past. No present. No future.
See you in hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ways of War, presented by Garena. I'm your host, VV down here with the Mustachio AJ. And we just started things off with a hot 3-0, a donut, LXD giving it to OGR. And up next is going to be NASA Godspeed versus the third brother. It's C8 Pro.
Before we get into the second series, man, I just want OGR to kind of bundle up all of the hype we build up for them and go into that bronze match with all of their confidence as well as their stellar placement, just like what we saw, those glimpses of them at that Summit Hardpoint in those early stages where they were just popping off back-to-back, winning all of their gunfights, right? So hopefully we see a little bit more from them in the third series of the day. But now focusing in here on that second series, Jericho, it's once again going to be a 50-50 between these two teams, my friend.
To be a 50-50 again, but I would give the edge to C8 Pro just because of the name alone. We've seen their brothers united in legacy, really shaking things up in the pro scene in the Philippines. But NASA Godspeed, I've heard of their team, but I haven't seen them much in the local scene. But take a look at the schedule, guys. Remember, we started with a 3-0, LXD giving it to them, and NASA Godspeed versus C8 Pro. That's going to be the next match. And for the bronze match, OGR, just waiting for whoever's going to lose this semifinal too. And for the finals, already LXD in the grand final. So they punched their ticket. They're just going to be resting, waiting for the next one.
Yeah, I heard that earlier on, before we jumped onto the broadcast, we had the opportunity to chat with Cali Gaming a little bit as well. And he mentioned that this was his clan. I mean, Cali, he most definitely has played his part in the success of some teams out there as well. And I feel like, they will be able to take this all the way through. The strategy on the side of NASA Godspeed, I feel like it is going to be sound. It is going to check out later on. But the unfortunate part here is they take on C8 Pro. Like you said, Jericho, with their brothers already up there on the biggest stage there is for Call of Duty Mobile right now. And not only are they there, but they are out there proving themselves to be one of the best brands. It just is going to be a little bit tough. So let's take a look at the bans and picks in a little bit just to see exactly how the momentum will be moving. And it looks like Godspeed has got the smile from Lady Luck.
Yeah, they have that Lady Luck, but let's see if it's gonna be their side. That's what happened to the side of OG. Actually, no, LXD. They actually did win that. Okay, so maybe Godspeed has that advantage. Crossfire, they're gonna ban that map. C8 Pro. What do they ban here? Should be a Hackney or a Takeoff. Those technical sound maps. But if they've decided, okay, Hackney is gonna be banned, so Takeoff in the mix. And now, where will NASA Godspeed bring us to this game number 1?
Yeah, and they didn't wait to drop that bomb, right? Takeoff, Hardpoint. I love the way they are going in here with this. But C8 Pro, I believe the C8 clan is very much comfortable on Takeoff. So this is going to be one heck of a game for us to watch. C8 Pro, where did they bring in as a response? Is it going to be a one-sided map to prove that they have got the mechanical supremacy? Or is it going to be in a flat-out normal map like Firing Range where they are going to be able to just lock down some of their points? It's going to be neither standoff, which is a good balance between the two. You really want to focus on picking up Granny's side in this matchup. And when you start off from there, you get to play a little bit more pressure on the first hard point, Jericho.
Yeah, you really need to put a lot of pressure and standoff, a lot of quick rotations as well, and that use of operator skills where it's going to be very, very handy. But let's see where CA Pro takes us for that S&D. Probably another raid here, AJ. If we do see a raid, prepare for the snipers. Map number 2. Yes, raid. It's going to be now NASA Godspeed. They pick the offensive side. That's going to be the side you really want to start off. And I like this pick coming in from both teams.
Speaking of snipers, we didn't really see a lot of sniping action on Raid S&D earlier on. Might be the meta shift, might be the balancing of those assault rifles as well as SMG, which really just gives a lot of these players the momentum to carry on. So let's see exactly how that continues on here, because I would really love to see the presence of those sniper battles out there. Like you said, Jericho, the double snipe setup on Raid most definitely is a sound one. But the question of whether or not you've got great snipers on your side, that's what it all counts on. Summit SND is their response by the side of C8 Pro for that final matchup, and firing range will be where we play Domination. It seems like a great setup, except for the takeoff hardpoint. It could go either way, but because C8 Pro knows this game so well as well, it's an exciting way to start the series off nonetheless.
It is. I think that game number 1 is really going to set the tone, because this is a potential 3-0, because raid and firing range, both teams probably mastered this one, but whoever wins that takeoff might just get that 3-0. But the operator's is going to be a huge one. Let's see what do they ban. The Annihilator being banned again, and the Purifier is in. The Sparrow is going to be banned, but it's how helpful is it going to be in that takeoff hardpoint?
You know, when you take a look at takeoff, you need to really go in there and check out all of the points that you want to break in here, right? When you look at the first hard point, Purifier obviously going to be doing you nothing at all. Second hard point, it might be able to give you a couple of kills, but it's just way too long of a, curve that you will get shut down eventually if someone's hiding out on scaffolding as well, and you don't really play your angles right. But hard point number 3 and hard point number 4, that's where you want to bring out your Purifier. That's when you want to become the barbecue master. But let's see if or not those are the plays that these players bring out. C8 Pro taking on NASA Godspeed. This is match number 1, and of course we start off with the utilities first. Those grenades as well as all of those flash and stuns being dropped onto the players of the opposition, and look at them just running on straight in with all of those kills. And C8 Pro, what a dominant start.
Yeah, CA Pro dominant start. They managed to take down 3 in a row. They managed to get the points as well. And Auro just melting people from across the map with a CBR. Making huge plays at the start already. You want this kind of team here. And so far, NASA, they managed to break it. Virus, gonna be the first one to break the hill for the team. But so far, no control of Aurora Lounge. No control of scaffolding as well. It's just a mano-a-mano, straight up gunfights for both teams.
Yeah, and you know, that's such a huge change to how that first hardpoint has been played in the recent times, with a lot of these players, especially the C8 clan, really breaking the whole perception of, you know, you must step onto scaffolding if you're playing on the special forces side, because that's the kind of, play that you want to go in here with. But no, man, they switch things up, and I feel like their approach this first hardpoint is most definitely the right way. Good use of those tactical just to slow your opponents down, get those initial kills, reset them, pick up those points, and continue that momentum. And it feels like the spawn out of the Special Forces base hasn't been let go at all, and C8 Pro will be able to chain those points into the second hard point. No issues at all. Jericho, they've got such a great hold on the game.
I mean, they got the P1, they got the momentum P2. Look, no one from NASA is even near touching that hill. And Virus, he's the only one trying to make a play for his team. He's gonna go down as well. And if none of your teammates can get kills, you're not going to be even close to the hill. And so far, none of them have stepped on perfect P2 for the side of C8 Pro. Already at the 70-point mark, AJ, and NASA Godspeed, 9 points.
Yeah, and I really don't fault the players of NASA Godspeed at all. C8 Pro has just been playing this game to absolute perfection, and now final scrap points potentially available for NASA Godspeed, but Crate just steps on up, shuts them all down. CBR in hand, timing is going to be bad for him as Virus shuts him down from that equation, but C8 Pro still with the hard points, still with the points. Early rotation in here for P3 by NASA Godspeed, but look at that. One player from the side of C8 Pro, Catch is already beating beating them to it. He's already stepping on. Ace is gonna be on there, but they're holding on to the wrong spot. NASA Godspeed needs to swap things out and drop on by generators if they want to get back into the game.
Yeah, they want to get back to the game, but so far they're just getting bombarded by Arrow with the Thumper. He gets 2 kills, and now here comes the push. They just break immediately, and the Dev Machine coming into the best way possible, and the Purifier as well. Great, just burning him down one by one. He thought he's gonna be still alive. The Flamethrower making its name here, and Crate just pushing through. Finally goes down. Damage has been done. 100-point mark reach, and NASA Godspeed just struggling in this whole hardpoint.
Yeah, C8 Pro really running away with things now. Yansel stepping on in for the fight, but he's gonna meet 3 players all at the same time. Here comes Oro dropping by with his Death Machine fully streaked out already. Yes, he gets shut down, but it is to no effect whatsoever. Even if NASA Godspeed gets the final scrap points, look at the players of C8 Pro. Some of them fully streaked out already. Taking over P4 isn't gonna be too much of a hard task at all.
Not a hard ass indeed, and here comes the Pred, gonna try to make a play. He takes down 2. That's gonna open things up for the RNG gods, and they actually hit the pinch. And this might be the play that they are gonna be the first one in to try to take down the players, and more players from the back. What can you do if you are NASA? No, you can't. Oh my God, the Purifier just doesn't work. Finally,
big play!
Virus, big play. That's gonna be the play that they need, but they need to hold it down. And here we go, the Purifier coming into action, and so far triple kill by NASA Jehu, and so far NASA Godspeed coming back in this game. Here we go.
Yeah, the Purifier really stepping things up for the side of NASA Godspeed, but they cannot let go of this momentum. They allow C8 Pro to step on back onto the hill. Are they going to come in here for the final break? They seem to be spawning off from a little bit too far. Yes, one player's in there for the play, but the numbers game on the side of C8 Pro. When they go in for the reset, it might be all game over already, because we saw exactly how C8 Pro played the first hardpoint earlier on. So NASA Godspeed, if they want to stand a chance, they need to give it their all. They need to use their tacticals, which seems like they have been saving up for a while.
Yeah, they have been saving up for a long time now, but remember, Cluster Strike still available for the side of C8 Pro. They might just drop it here and try to end it immediately, but Ace making a play, and C8 Pro, they did so well in this P1. Can they do it again? But look at the pressure coming through from NASA Godspeed. A different kind of pressure here, but so far, C8 Pro, they have control of scaffolding as well as that spawns for them, and so far, they're just running away with this game. Here comes the Cluster Strike, and C8 Pro, they want to close it out in this P1.
Yeah, and I feel like closing it out is exactly what they will be doing here. 27 seconds to go, way more than enough. But here comes out of nowhere but you see, the Gravity Vortex, although it is played, there's no backup at all. NASA Godspeed finally sending in a player. Cluster Strike not able to close things off just yet. The Gravity Vortex just making a small opening, but C8 Pro now throwing their players right back in there. Cash does not win his gunfight. Virus still driving all of those players out. C8 Pro, they finally meet their match towards the end, but it's just a little too late for NASA Godspeed.
A little bit too late indeed. 5 more points. Yes, you do have streaks. Yes, you do have all the Purifiers, but what can it do? Contest is in. Yanza, he's gonna get taken down. No Purifier, you Cash. He's gonna step on it. One last point. 150 to 81. C8 Pro winning game number 1.
It's just unfortunate because towards the end, you know, what could have changed the path of this game kind of keep C8 Pro away from that victory is as they were throwing their players in for that hard point after that reset was to also get the spawn away from that special forces base, right? Because you desperately need that special forces base spawn if you want to play that P2. So if you've gone in there and focused and invested all of your score streaks, every single thing that you can bring out at that P1 itself, and not use any of that momentum to pull away the spawn out of the special forces base, you know, your whole fight kind of crumbles when you move on to that P2, and that's exactly what happened. It was just way too confident of a closer for C8 Pro. They didn't even want to go in there and push all that too hard for that P1 when the players of NASA kind of stepped things up, and it just seemed like C8 Pro was just so comfortable and in the driver's seat all throughout this matchup, Jericho.
They were just comfortable. You know, only that P4, that's where NASA brought out everything that they had, but imagine if they had the lead there, I think they could have won the game with that P4, but, you know, C8 just perfect in P1, 2, and 3, just perfection from start to finish. And for the side of NASA Godspeed, they showed signs of life there, AJ, but I feel like that S&D I think they might just be able to pull that. But then again, remember, they picked takeoff, AJ. And I feel like if they could choose it again, they should have switched maps, AJ.
And this was a confident pick by the side of NASA Godspeed. And that's why you do not pick takeoff. I mean, that's just way too big of a bet, right? You really need to know the rotations. You really need to pull them off with just perfect timing as well. But unfortunately, what we saw here from the side of NASA Godspeed is none of those rotations were on time. None of those spawns were focused on. Even as they went in there for the rotation for P3, it was way too late. And I don't know if it was the gods of RNG or just them not playing things well as they were pulling in the flank for P3 because they focused on getting the wrong spawn. So although you were there first, you're still not going to be able to shift the momentum your way at all. All of those players were spawning down from the bottom right-hand corner of the map, and it was just a little too far away from that hard point. And C8 Pro, they were already running away with that matchup. But all that being said, it was a good fight at that P3. They didn't really want to let down, and it shows their fighting spirit, Jericho. Unfortunately, it just couldn't turn out to be a victory on their side.
Yeah, it was pretty much just, they had the map control, AJ. I very agree with you. And the mechanical capabilities of the side of C8 Pro on another level. But here we go. Game number 2, AJ. C8 Pro, NASA Godspeed, Search and Destroy and Raid. Map picked by C8 Pro. But NASA Godspeed opened things up to take out Noya. And just like that, last player on A, they gave up mid as well. Bomb should be planted after this next kill.
Oh, good play. Yanzo, thumper, but does not catch Syracuse quick enough. Baki with a great shot onto Asri. It'll be a 4v3 now as NASA Godspeed. Can they pick up the win here? As they are slightly down on numbers. Create just making things a little bit tougher as well. Thumper, perfect play. Create gets a double. Can he get the third one as well? Virus, the final hope for the side of NASA Godspeed, but my lord, that grenade out of nowhere shuts down their play. C8 Pro looks so comfortable, Jericho.
Yeah, they just look comfortable indeed. I mean, we saw it in that hardpoint, AJ. They kind of messed up in the last hill, but it didn't matter. They had that top tier composure. Crate with 3 kills already, AJ. And even if NASA got that first blood, they managed to just slow things down. And C8 Pro, they just took them 1 by 1, 0, trying to make a play in the middle. We'll have his teammate there to help him. He's going to take one down, but Ace is there to trade Auro. And now it's going to be a 4v4 stalemate. No one's moving, but look at that. They're just going to get trapped in that pool side. But number 5 at the back map, going to be watching for that flank. And Baki, he's going to get taken by Jehu. And just like that, Ace site will be cleared.
Yeah, and now NASA Godspeed, they have got the numbers advantage. Can they maintain this? Unfortunately for them, they have got no foot into it. The basketball. Oh, look at this. C8 Pro just going in here for a retake situation, allowing the basketball court to be wide open. And that plant's going to come through. Noya hoping to hit that grenade shot together with the snipes, but unfortunately steps out at the wrong time. And Ace shuts him down with a great quick scope. Asti from the back still trying to hold on to the situation, making sure the team does not get backstabbed out of the spawn. Will be able to find a player right in front of him as well. CBR just a little too far away. Thumper's not going to find him. Create fires right back, but the Thumper will not find the fruit for Asti as Create shows the CBR's more than enough, but outnumbered Jericho. Can he wrap things up?
Let's see if he can wrap things up. He does tag one up. Unfortunately, we'll want to try to get someone off that nade, but here comes he's just going to go in there, but doesn't matter. Ace with the drag scope takes him out 1-1, and now NASA Godspeed finally got that round. Let's see if they can string more here, or we'll see a pro just take that lead back. I know it's only the early game, AJ, but we're seeing some tendencies from both teams.
Yeah, and Ace just popping off. Just trying to match up against Create. Ace definitely will have the better momentum in this game because he can play that long range with the advantage, and the sniper Create on the other hand finds 2 players. He gets overwhelmed, ducks away, still staying alive in an impossible situation. Gets shut down with a backstab, but he brought enough time for the rest of his players. Virus with a double for himself. It's a 3v2. C8 Pro still have the numbers, and it is all down to Oro now. The backstab is perfect, and that CBR is his weapon of choice. And C8 Pro, they're decking it out with the CBRs.
They are decking it out with their CBRs, AJ. And I mean, Auro, 4 kills that last round, AJ. I mean, he was just hitting every single shot. He was on fire. They couldn't stop him. And now, NASA Godspeed, what kind of adjustment are you going to do? Are you going to try to play for picks here? But so far, nothing to change here. They're just gonna slow things down. They're gonna give up that mid-map control again. And look at that, Sage is gonna run through that square. He's gonna take down one player. It should be a gunfight, easy gunfight. There you go. 2 go down immediately. 5 versus 3. 3 goes down. 5 versus 2, AJ. Just send it to the next round.
Create C8. Let's see if or not they can finish things off. Yes, it looks like it's perfect. 0 QD, CBR, C8 Pro. I tell you, every single team that is watching this right now is just rethinking their plan, right? Should we just all throw in the CBRs on a lineup and just shut down all of these players? Because we see the Holger being a weapon of choice for some of these players. And yes, it's got the mag size. Yes, it's got the range. But does it have the quick ability of that CBR to kind of just, you know, adjust itself in any of these situations? C8 Pro really running away with this matchup now, Jericho.
Yeah, they are really running away. They had 4 CBRs that last round, only a single. Oh my god, did that not hit? Okay, he's gonna get stunned. Oh, hit marker! But Ace, he takes down Aro. Aro takes down Jehu. It's gonna be a 2 versus 4. And Virus takes down Baki. But unfortunately, it's gonna be a 2 versus 4. And now Godspeed, they have the advantage here, but the flank comes through. Asti still at the back trying to make a play. He's gonna take down what? No, 0. Valkyro from the last game. Can he make the play? Takes one down. Potential 1v4 clutch here. He spots 1!
Yeah.
Yanzel finally shuts him down. 3-2 before the switch of half. And now C8 Pro gonna be on the offensive side.
And that's a Godspeed bringing in the CBRs in for the perfect response as well, right? Just one sniper on their side this time around. And the CBR has just become that weapon of choice because it can handle great close range combat. Those mid to long range fights as well will be possible if you can manage some of that heavy recoil that you get out of the CBR. Perfect at the CQC, but with the proper amount of mechanical capability like C8 Pro is clearly showing us that they have, you're gonna have a ball of a dime out there on the battlefield.
Yeah, you have the ball, and Asti, QD takes him out again in 0, just being very, very aggressive, getting those first bloods for the team. AJ 5 versus 4 now. Bomb, now you're moving. Noya takes down Jehu, and now they can just pick where they can go, but A side's gonna be very, very clear, and here comes the rotation for the side of NASA. But still, 5 versus 3. Still a winnable situation. If Yanzel can get this kill, he's going to spot 1. That's a huge kill. Spots another one, but Crate is there for the trade. 4 versus 2 now. Bomb is down, but Ace takes down Aro.
C8 Pro now. 3-2. Can they kind of push things over the top? 0 QD with a great sticky. Shuts down Ace. Virus responds with a secondary J358 straight to the chest. And now CBR, he swaps it out. Can he find 2? He's got the DLQ as well. The position that he holds on to, on the other hand, just not the best. But now he repositions himself straight out just behind Locker. Tiki's where he wants to focus in on first, but time's not on his side. Gets caught out by Noya. What a quick scope. And NASA Godspeed, they struggle as C8 Pro finds the 4th round.
Yeah, they're just struggling. I mean, they keep on getting taken out at the start. Try not to go against them anymore. Just slow things down. Play a little bit more ready. Play those corners. You know, you are defending. You don't need to push through. Let C8 make mistakes here. But so far, same things are happening for the side of NASA. They're gonna have another player aggressive, but finally, Yanzel spots 1, and that's all you need. You gotta back away now if you're Yanzel. Ace takes down Aro, and now they have the man advantage.
5v3, NASA Godspeed, this is exactly what you want if you are behind the numbers advantage, but they cannot take advantage of the situation. They have to just commit all of their players, lock down their positions, and not over push, not get overconfident. Bomb now, just very close towards kitchen. Is he gonna get caught out just beyond swimming pool? Central garden, Yenzel, big gunfight. Jehu shuts down Create, and now 5v2, the perfect situation for NASA Godspeed. Yenzel overcommits, but a good slide away from the danger, Jericho.
Yeah, good slide away, and the hit marker again, but 0 takes down Yanzel. That's going to be a big kill for that. That's going to start things off, and Noya takes down Asti. Oh, no. Oh, but Ace finally takes down Noya. 1 versus 3, but 0 Cutie can definitely clutch this up. But look at, he just has to go through, and just like that, they give up middle. 0. Does he have that pre-aim? He spots 1. The challenge comes through. Runs out of ammo, but he has a sniper as well on the other side. He's going to challenge again, but it doesn't matter. The thumper, but the J358. Beautiful shots coming from NASA Godspeed, and now 4-3, 1 more to tie it up. And C8 Pro, we're seeing some cracks here, AJ. Let's see if they can bounce back.
That was just a moment of panic, bro. If only he had just held on to his nerve a little bit longer, that he could have just played that information on his side, just reposition, find a better opponent to take on. He was just going up against a sniper, did not expect that secondary to pop out of nowhere, and even so, it shouldn't have been able to take him down. He had the ultimate CBR in hand, Ace, as well as Asti going in. Asti getting a double for himself. The M Kilo 141 making a name for itself as well, but low on the numbers. C8 Pro, I was about to say a comeback is still possible, but with Oro all alone now, 5v1, can he win the first fight? He does. Information given away, and Virus finishes things off to pull NASA Godspeed equal 4-4.
There we go. This is what they want. If you are NASA Godspeed, you need to bounce back fast, and they are making a statement here, AJ. Finally ties things up, and they do have that momentum, but C8 Pro, never count them out. Yes, Baki is 1-5, but most of their players, they can just make individual plays, and here we go. I like this from NASA Godspeed, slowing things down. They did give up middle here, so that's a very, very scary thing here. If some of those players of C8 push through there, that might just be the opening that they need.
It's a Godspeed now.
Okay.
It's a lot of discipline. You gotta take your wall banks, man. I mean, you never know when you might get lucky. Yenzel, on the other hand, just playing his position really smart. Just spotting out the bottom of the blue van, making sure nobody catches him off guard outside. But as those players hold on to passageway, he should have just remained patient. Yenzel shuts down Arrow. It's a little unfortunate for the side of C8 Pro.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, if you're going to throw your smoke or a stun, you got to throw it from afar. Ace takes down 0. Just like that, bomb is down. But Noya still has a sniper. Ooh, sees a thumper right in front of his face. But Crate takes down Jehu. Kitchen is going to be open now, but Zigzag as well. Someone's trying to make a flank there at the back. They're going to spot him, but he's going to get taken down. And just like that, 3 versus 3. If you're NASA, why are you pushing up? Just hold it down.
3v3 now. Those players spread out. A double challenge can finish any one of them. Question is, where is it gonna be? Noya! Oh, the timing! And Asti misses it initially, but manages to punish towards the end. Create shuts down Virus, and the backstab Create now gets that information and immediately challenges with the CBR. What a great takeover! And C8 Pro now inside of the bomb site already. Ace with the perfect finisher here. Can he get the angle? No, he does not. No thumper in his hands as well. He did have the grenade though.
Wait, I don't get this. Why? Huh? Okay. It worked out. It's a 1v1. Ace versus Crate. Crate has a CBR. Ace has a DLQ. What's gonna happen here? Oh, is this called? Oh, he spots the foot. His feet. He spots. No.
His feet.
His feet. Oh no! Please.
Please.
Oh,
what a play! What a play!
14 kills, AJ.
That's just perfect, man. I mean, Ace, he spawns out with an extra tactical ammunition in there as well because of the perk that he brings on in, and he just used that to his advantage, right? Popping it all out, stunning them in the process as well. I would have been a little bit more comfortable if he used the grenade as well in that situation because he already spotted the player. He knew the play, but he was not sure if or not the trophy system was out. So not taking that advantage, he backs away. But NASA Godspeed, whatever it is, on match point right now, they need to close out. But that one, brother, is just a little mean, man. Takes the shot, blind shot through the smoke, still manages to bag a player.
Yeah, bag a player indeed, but now 5 versus 4. Ace trying to find a play. He's going to get tagged up, but he does spot the feet. The feet again misses the first one. Finally gets a hit marker, but the bomb has been planted. It doesn't matter. And Baki spots one. Beautiful corner gameplay here. And that's what you have to do if you're C8. Stop going aggressive here. They haven't gotten around. But match point for NASA Godspeed. Can they find anything here? Baki takes down 2. They take down Jehu as well. Round 11 is here, AJ. Who's going to bring it home?
As a Godspeed, they have an opportunity to force a match number 4, or will C8 Pro make this comeback just absolutely perfect. Initially, they did have the momentum, but they kind of dropped it against NASA Godspeed. And now, as the finisher, they go back on that defense, spreading out a 2-1-2 formation. And look at this overextension through kitchen by the one and only Noya. Yenzel already inside. Baki, Holger! Will he be able to spray? Yes, he gets one! That's a big kill from Baki!
Big kill indeed, and 3 go down for the side of NASA Godspeed, and they're both stuck inside poolside. Yes,
Oh
Jay will
my
gets
God.
1, but what can you do? You're stuck in the middle of poolside. Take a swim, go to the next round, and the trade on trade comes through. C8 Pro, it had to go to around 11, but they win game number 2, AJ. They're up now 2-0.
As slow as S&D can be, it can get super hyper paced as well, and that's exactly what that final round was. C8 Pro really stepping it into high gear and just crushing all of those players back to back, winning out each and every single one of those gunfights. It was just perfection watching the way they just approached that situation, right? Initially, you did see on the defense, they had such a widespread hold, a 2-1-2 setup, and the pace, the quickness of just catching up with the rest of those players was just absolutely insane, Jericho.
Yeah, insane indeed, but they just couldn't close it out, AJ. They had no plans for that next round, for round 10. They just fell down one by one, and in that round 11, I just didn't see the purpose there of challenging one by one, and then Crate just brought out that Holger and got very lucky with that kill, and then all of a sudden NASA just had no answer, and now they're gonna be down 0-2.
And I feel like Baki got super lucky with the Holger play initially coming in. And that's why your tacticals are so important, right? A lot of these players, they focus on the lethals. They want to get those grenade kills. They want to get the sticky kills as well. But it's the lethals that gets you the opening into some of these situations that you really want to get the upper hand on. Throwing in a stun, moving on in with the follow-up as well. With the Holger in hand, a Holger's not the best weapon to kind of be rushing into these situations because the ADS is just going to be super slow. And with the over abuse of the CBR right now on your opponent's side, this is one of those things that you really have to kind of check on yourself on, right? But Baki managing to just jump on in there to that A bomb side with that backstep through Garden, winning his gunfight, and then was the start of the end to the NASA squad. And it was just a little unfortunate because of the great comeback they made towards the very end to push this into that round 10 at the very least, Jericho.
Yeah, they pushed it to that round 10. They almost had it, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be, AJ. CA Pro, they take that one in. They almost lost it. They almost lost that. They all of a sudden, they just stopped playing properly. But in the end, they did it. And now, Domination of Fire Range, another map chosen by NASA Godspeed. But the last time we saw that, they lost it in Takeoff. But this time, it's just going to be an all-out war, AJ. Trailer, Steelhouse, Barracks, and Tower. You need control of that one. Let's see who takes home this.
Yeah, when you're talking about domination, it just brings the hold of those power positions to the power of 2, right? Those power positions become so much more important now because it's your defenders, it's your anchors that needs to get on in there and make sure whether or not he gives protection, he makes sure that, those flags do not get taken away. Without that anchor in those power positions, taking over some of these flags just gets not just difficult, but at times impossible. And you really want to focus on that B flag straight away, which is why when you drop into firing range, the positions, when you drop into the white warehouse, when you get into auto repair, when you get into the scout tower, these are the positions you really want to find your players in. But it is the question of who gets there first and who gets to win their gunfights, because firing range is that map where all of these teams are so used to in terms of mastering the strategy on, Jericho.
Yeah, you really have to master these strategies. And Aro going to be the first one in already. And just like that, C8, again, the same story as the last time, AJ. They're getting all the initial gunfights, getting all 3 down. And B is going to be captured by the side of C8. Actually, they prevented it. And here comes NASA finally answering back. And that's what you need, a different kind of NASA, more fearsome. They need to start winning those gunfights. And so far, back and forth we go. B still not yet captured.
B flag not taken just yet, but C8 Pro holding on to all of the... Double challenge coming through straight up. Baki still alive. Falls finally as he went in there head-to-head against 3 players from the side of NASA Godspeed because none of their players were available anymore on those power positions. Just holding down the fort. It looks like the communication on the side of C8 Pro is absolutely stellar. Yes, an overextension coming through as well. Barracks Hut, we do see Create there. He wants to create some chaos in the hearts of NASA Godspeed as they set up that B flag once again.
Yeah, then once they set up in this B flag, Aro takes one down with a thumper, noob tube coming through. And Aro just being annoying, gets 3 in a row. Can he keep on going? B about to be captured. by the side of C8. And just like that, there we go. BNC captured by C8 Pro. What can NASA do? They brought out the Predator. They take down 2. And this might be the opening. They take down Steelhouse. Beautiful retake. Can they hold it down? Yanzel trying to make a play. He's going to get taken out. Crate goes down as well. And Baki trying to make a play, but NASA Godspeed retaliates and gets B. That's a beautiful retake from NASA Godspeed.
Oh, beautiful, man. Triple. Make that a quadruple from the side of Baki. The guy is on a streak right now. Finally shut down by Virus. Cash taking over the trailers as well. And it looks like this is perfect for them. They finally make a play for that B flag. All the smokes out as well. Those tacticals played to perfection. And the numbers will be able to bag that B flag before NASA Godspeed can do anything about it. And now they step on fourth. They don't want to hold back. They just want to pressure all of the players from the side of NASA Godspeed and potentially lock down their spawns, but unfortunately for them, NASA Godspeed finds that momentum in themselves as well, and they win a bunch of gunfights. This is now their opportunity to take that B flag right back, Jericho.
Yeah, they have to take it back, right back indeed. That is right, AJ. But here we go. Let's see what happens here. 45-37. AJ, so far, everything is going well for the side of C8 Pro, but NASA Godspeed right behind him. And look at that, the triple cap. No one's going to be there to contest, and that's beautiful if you're NASA Godspeed. That's all you need, but they all go down one by one. And now C8, they're going to try to hop on it, but the tower is going to be occupied by Zhao, that only has 5 kills, but with him just damaging all those enemies, it's going to give the advantage to NASA Godspeed.
46-53, and now the play from C8 Pro. Jehu, Purifier perfection. Just dose all of those players out, just leaving that B flag not cleared off just yet. The backup needs to come through from the rest of his team members as Jehu continues his run on in here. 57-54. NASA Godspeed is not done with this just yet. Finally, those markers cleared out by QD0 dropping by to check out exactly what he can do to put C8 Pro right back in the driver's seat in here. Yes, they do have the advantage in terms of the points, but now the equalizer finally on by NASA Godspeed. This is the sudden death match that NASA Godspeed is trying to save themselves from, but can they save themselves in this first half first? It looks like they are on a good track, Jericho.
It looks like they're on a good track indeed. 70-65, and C8 Pro just right behind them, but that burst of energy from NASA Godspeed just suddenly switches the sides, AJ. Like the momentum just shifted towards them. Everyone has their operator skills, so get ready for that second round to be a very, very hectic, AJ. Here we go. You're going to fight for your life. NASA Godspeed, can you force a game number 4?
Oh, NASA Godspeed, I mean, they are doing so much out there just to hold C8 Pro back. We saw how they faltered in some of their gunfights initially at that Hardpoint, but in this domination matchup, it's a whole other squad that we are witnessing out here. Clearing area, just leaving one player to play that. Look at the backstab! Look at the overextension coming through! Are we gonna see Yanzel win all of his gunfights? Can he get another, preventing that home flag capture? Yanzel finally goes down, but the damage has already been done. But the distraction, none of his team members using it to the advantage to pull that B flag away.
Yeah, that is to try to pull back that B flag indeed. 80-71 so far, just getting kills, and that's what you need at the start of domination. Don't try to hop on immediately, but Auro on top of that tower, can he make a play with that death machine? He's already being prevented from it, but so far with him just being there, no one's gonna be hopping on a trailer. It's gonna be that huge play. Fighters trying to just wait for him to hop out, but he's not gonna hop out. You gotta move out, just leave him there. And so far, 85-77. This is what you wanted for C8. No one, just don't capture that B flag yet. But so far, here we go. NASA about to hop on it, but Cash and the gang about to overextend towards the C.
Oh, this is just perfect plays coming out of the players of NASA Godspeed. B flag in the bag already. A flag being cleared off little by little. Overextension as well as the distraction coming through. Asti dropping by with the Purifier. Purifying the souls of C8 Pro. Just getting them ready for that triple cap. Are we going to see this happen? The prevention, backstab, Create still keeps it possible for a comeback on the side of C8 Pro. Create shut down by the one and only Ace. And Zero QD brings out the death machine for the great plays. But are they going to be able now to pull things right back? C flag clearing area in the hands of C8 Pro. It does not finish off. Finally throwing in the numbers, but A flag just a little bit too open. Yes, the Pred missile comes through, bags too, but it's just a little too late.
A little bit too late indeed, but here comes the streak. Streaks are going to be very, very huge here, and NASA about to hop on that A flag. Virus 5 kill spree for him. Just beautiful plays coming through from him. 112-96. Here we go. Virus still alive. 4 kill spree. fun. No, he does get taken down by Cash. And just like that, CA try to make the comeback here. All the players of the side of NASA going to be at the back. B is going to be captured, and Baki takes down 2. Plus the cap, but there's a player from behind. Jehu with the Purifier. They prevent the triple cap. The cluster comes through, and NASA Godspeed, a different kind of team in this game number 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. They're using their score streaks to perfection. That Bread missile coming through at that A flag at the very final moment. But here's C8 Pro pulling away that A flag. Are they gonna get it? B flag potentially in their hands as well. Can they get it? C8 Pro, hey, comeback is possible. The fight of their lives. C8 Pro, yes, they got the triple. They stop the bleeding and they take all of the points for the time being. Can they push this into that sudden death? NASA Godspeed still staying alive, and it's enough, Jericho.
Yeah, it's 4 down on C. They're going to capture that one, and Zero already in the middle, trying to make the play. Here we go. The bread is ready. You should use it, Zero. Use the bread. They're going to take down 3 in a row. The comeback is still on AJ. 137 to 124. C is going to be captured now. Here we go. The triple lockdown. Predator still available on the ready. The bread comes through. It doesn't kill anyone. What happened there?
Well, C8 Pro happened, 132, just when NASA Godspeed thought this was gonna be possible, just when they thought sudden death is not gonna be a thing at all. C8 Pro gets a double, triple, and now holding on to the 2 flags, they want to finish things off. NASA Godspeed with the fight of their lives being held back. They just need to win one of these flags back for a couple of seconds, but time is running out. C8 Pro, they are gonna catch up. Yes, they do. 145 to 146. They only have 1 flag. NASA Godspeed drops the ball at the very final second. And C8 Pro, what a series!
Oh my goodness gracious. When it was over, it wasn't over. It's never over till it's over. C8 Pro made the play. Wow. I mean, calm, cool, collected. That's why they're going to the grand finals. That's why they are C8 Pro.
and they already have 2 teams better than this. They already have 2 teams better than C8 Pro fighting at the big stage right now. The C8 brand as a whole is just blowing the minds of the community right now. Look at how close this matchup was, 150 to 148. That was a comeback that was impossible for a majority of teams out there. But C8 Pro, they did not care how possible the victory was gonna be. They just went in there and they told themselves, if we do not give up till that final bell rings, we are all good. And my, oh my, what a fight, Jericho. That's the fight that you put out there when your backs are up against the wall, but it's not the kind of fight that you see out of a lot of teams. This C8 brand, there's something special about them, Jericho.
Yeah, there's something special. Like when their backs are against the wall, that's when they turn up. That's when they make the comeback. Just everything was just on point, AJ. They weren't losing any gunfight. Everything was into perfection. All the operators were used to perfection. And Crate leading the charge with 29, Baki as well with 24. And for the side of NASA, you had Ace with 32, and you still lost the game. You just really hate to see it with you. You had so much streaks, AJ, but it didn't matter in the end. The comeback was on.
Wow. All I can say is, wow, I am mind blown. This is such a well-deserved victory for C8 Pro. They earned this perfect 3-0 victory, and NASA Godspeed tried their best to make that impossible for them, tried their best to fight back, but it was just the ideation as well as the execution that was so much more stellar on the side of C8 Pro, that NASA Godspeed, no matter how good they were, just could not shine through like they usually do, and they unfortunately dropped down into that bronze matchup, Jericho.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, all the games were close besides the Hardpoint. I mean, NASA Esports, they lost on their map. They had that one, AJ, but just they just fell off towards the end. All of a sudden, they just couldn't catch a break, AJ.
But, you know, I feel like if they had given a little bit of their firepower in that Hardpoint matchup, they could have done slightly better. I feel like they kind of slacked off in the takeoff matchup. I don't really know why. Maybe they just weren't expecting a stellar play from the C8 Pro players. But, clearly that was the wrong idea, right? If you've been following the pro scene, you see the C8 brand, very clearly they've taken a liking to takeoff, and very clearly they would be training each and every single one of their teams to master that same map in that same way as well. So unfortunately, from the ideation stage itself, although NASA Godspeed kind of won that coin toss, I guess they just didn't do their homework well enough, Jericho.
Yeah, they just didn't do their homework. Indeed, just small mistakes there, really costing them the L here. Honestly, I mean, especially that takeoff. That takeoff pretty much that stopped their momentum, AJ. I mean, why would you pick takeoff there? I mean, yes, you're confident enough, but going up against C8 Pro, they've been scrimming against top teams as well. So I feel like if it was probably a standoff there or even a summit, things might have been changing there.
Yeah, and in this round 11 that we saw in S&D earlier on, I think NASA Godspeed did super duper well, pushing it into round 10, but it was C8 Pro that were relentless, and that same amount of tenacity that we witnessed in Domination was exactly what kept them alive, was exactly what pushed us into round 11, was exactly what got them the victory as well in that second match. The final round in that second game was just blitz fast, but let's take a look at the highlights of the series overall and see how did C8 Pro pull off the perfect 3-0 victory against NASA Godspeed.
Yeah, NASA Godspeed here at the start. Just really nothing was happening from the start, AJ. The first 3 hills, it was just all C8 Pro in the kill feed, especially in the P3. They rotated fast NASA Godspeed, but they just started losing every gunfight. But here, this is the game changer in P4. We thought the comeback started here, but they just couldn't capitalize because the cluster strike was already available for the side of C8. They just had to wait for the rotation, and it was a GG.
Yeah, it's just a game that was played slightly better than them by the side of C8 Pro, but they stepped it up, man. In S&D is where we saw NASA Godspeed kind of keep that momentum up on their own side, not really allowing C8 Pro to kind of, push them down way too low in terms of the confidence department. Although the first round was picked up by C8 Pro, it was a stellar comeback in that second round. They showed who's boss. They had the numbers on their side, but they could not maintain that consistency.
Yeah, they just couldn't maintain that consistency. It was just always just small glimmers of hope there, AJ. And here in the S&D, we thought CA was going to run away with it. They had that 4-1 start. But once we saw NASA Godspeed got their groove and we saw the clutches there, momentum was on their side, but they just couldn't close it out.
Yeah, and when C8 Pro went on the attacking side, we see a bout of weakness on the side of C8 Pro. They second-guess their approach to the situation. They're so much more comfortable when they are on the defensive position, right? When they're in the defensive seat, it is all up to the opponents as to how they take that matchup up. And it was just a point where they pushed it all the way through, remained alive, and shut down the game towards the end. That was a great play by Ace, just keeping himself quiet with the dead silence, just, very slowly approaching that situation after he spotted the feed. But unfortunately, those plays were not evident all throughout that matchup as C8 Pro just continuously stepped things up, Jericho.
Yeah, they just continually step things up. They continually just doing great things for each other. Just calm, cool, collected, AJ. That team, rising team indeed. But here in this Domination, this is where the best NASA version we saw, AJ. Start from finish, they did everything right except towards that last minute, AJ. Things were just all C8 Pro. They couldn't do anything anymore. And C8 Pro, they take it 3-0. Back-to-back 3-0s, AJ.
But it was how they took the third game, which just proves how good C8 Pro is as a team, how great the C8 clan is overall, as newcomers overall in terms of jumping into the pro scene for Call of Duty Mobile, but they are doing it the right way. If any team is out there inspiring the pro scene right now for CODM, it is C8, because they are nailing it every single time they throw a team in here. We're going to take a quick short break. When we come back, it's the bronze match that we'll witness in here.
past, no present, no future.
See you in hell. Chaos. Reminds me of home. I love the smell of blood and guts in the morning. It's time for you to experience true fear.
No past, no present, no future.
See you in hell.
No past, no present, no future.
see you in hell.
Welcome back, community. This is the Ways of War Philippines, brought to you by Garena. My name's AJ. I'm the Mustachio down here with the one and only VVV Jericho. And now we have got our bronze matchup, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Valiant effort by the two teams who have stepped up so far to see if or not they can put everything on the line and take the victories. But unfortunately, they took the L. NASA Godspeed going up against OGR in this next series, Jericho.
Yeah, both teams taking the donut, unfortunately, but did show some signs of life in all those 3 games.
Yeah.
But now there can only be 1 third place and 1 fourth place. And now that is why we're going to do that bronze match. It's going to be another best of 5, guys. Here we go. But let's take a look at the schedule first before we do go through our bans and picks, AJ. And I mean, it was just crazy. It was both 3-0s. I just don't understand how as a player, if you're gonna get 3-0, it's really demoralizing. And I hope these players are ready to fight it because they have to go through one more match.
Yeah, demoralizing, but it's not the end of the road just yet, because you go out there and even when you pick up a ranked match, sometimes, man, you jump out there with all of the confidence and, you just take an L at the end of the day because your opponents are just a little bit too good with the rotations, just a little too good with your responses in some of these situations. And you need to just make sure you don't allow that to affect your momentum or your self-confidence as you step on into yet another series within the competition. That's exactly what pro players have to deal with all the time. And as these players get used to situations like that in the proceed through the Ways of War, I feel like it's a great training ground, right? And this is where once they have gotten their confidence a little crushed here, we will be able to see the best side out of both of these teams, Jericho.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. You're right on that one. This is actually a stepping stone, a platform for all these players to, try to get to that tournament feel. Yes, you're not playing for money, but still the pride and the bragging rights here, it's very, very important. So, I mean, all these teams, they all did play well. Hopefully we do see them more in the major tournaments, but so far, only 2 teams really have impressed us, which is C8 Pro as well as LXD going for that grand finals. But this last match for the bronze match, it just might go to a game number 5, AJ.
It might, right? Because we saw, viable plays from both of these teams going up against their opponents earlier on. And although both of them kind of ate the donut, they didn't make it easy for their opponents. They most definitely put up great fights. But there were a lot of mistakes that we were identifying, Jericho, that unfortunately cannot be seen at a stage like this, albeit it is Ways of War and it is the training ground before they jump on in there to the pro scene. It most definitely is still disappointing to see OGR kind of falter in some of those moments where they could have most definitely run away with the game. NASA Godspeed, on the other hand, we didn't really see mistakes, but we saw them being outplayed by C8 Pro, and I feel like that might just give us a slight indication as to how series number 3 might be going.
Yeah, we just might have an indication. Any of these teams can just 3-0 any of them, but so far, OGR versus NASA Godspeed, that's going to be coming next, and right after that, it's going to be the grand finals, LXD versus C8 Pro, guys. All these teams shining through. Don't forget to like and share the page, guys, and show your support to all these teams, guys. because they definitely needed all these up and coming players.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And with C8 Pro going up against LXD later on, do let us know your predictions. Are we gonna potentially see? You don't need to tell us who you think is gonna win, but let us know if you think a 3-0 is possible, because both those teams are quite crazy stacked, Jericho. But speaking of crazy stacked, it looks like the luck is crazy stacked on the side of NASA Godspeed. Second time in a row, they win their coin toss. Let's see if that gives them enough of a momentum against OGR.
Yeah, they do have that coin toss, and let's see, what do they ban? Are they gonna go and ban Hackney Yard again, or will they? Okay, standoff. Okay, interesting pick coming in from NASA Godspeed. Standoff gonna be off the rotation, and OGR. What are they going to ban here? Let's see what happens here.
It's a very interesting ban coming through, and I guess NASA Godspeed just doesn't want to jump onto standoff. That's absolutely fine and dandy, but as long as they don't pick takeoff in here for hardpoint, I think I'm going to be all right. But if my intuition is right, I think they're going to do exactly that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just you don't know what's gonna happen here, but here we go. Are they gonna repeat another takeoff? Please, NASA Godspeed, don't do the same mistake. What's the? Oh my!
I think it might work. I think it might just work against OGR and NASA Godspeed. Very clearly, they have got one strategy in their minds, and they are dead set on executing that strategy, Jericho. And it might just play out their way. I don't know. They're taking quite a big bet here.
Keyword AJ might. We saw what happened against CA Pro. But if OGR just throttles them in takeoff, I'm just going to be like, stop playing takeoff. But now takeoff is going to be the first map. OGR, where do they bring us for that map? Number 2 on Hardpoint. It is going to be Summit. Okay, so both teams making the same mistake again.
Okay, you see, here's the thing, right? NASA Godspeed, this might also be an opportunity for them to redeem themselves. After making all of those mistakes initially, it's fresh in their minds. They know exactly what they shouldn't be doing. So hopefully that is the case. But if they step on back and then they make the exact same mistakes with the rotations and all, then I will truly be concerned for the team. Hopefully that's just not the case. SND, it's in the hands of OGR for map number 2. Let's see if or not they will be dropping us into a standard map like firing range, or they want to get a little creative here with crossfire with the snipe setup on their side.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe crossfire or even raid. Okay, crossfire is going to be the one, and they pick the defense for the side of NASA Godspeed. Another question mark for me, because offense always wins in crossfire, but they want to try to do something here, so they take that. They take the defensive side in crossfire. Game number 5, if we have to go there, where does NASA Godspeed bring us? Will it be Hackney Yard? Will it be raid? Map number 5 about to be ready. It's gonna be firing range on S&D, and for the last one, it's gonna be raid domination. Potential 3-0 again. Let's see if both these teams have learned from this mistakes. You could say that OGR, they had more time to actually watch NASA, and NASA just had to step on in immediately. One team is hot, one team has taken a break. Anybody's game right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. Anybody's game. I don't know how the series is going to go, but let's take a look at the operator skills and see if or not the Purifier will still be allowed to exist in this next one. Yes, it will be.
God. All right, barbecue session is in here, AJ, in game number 1, takeoff. We're gonna see that, but maybe we might see a gravity vortex. Maybe it can also work. We've just seen them using the Purifier. They burned their own teammate, they burned someone, and then they die. Maybe time to switch it up.
I don't know, right? Because when you drop into takeoff, Purifier is still a great tool to use in that P3. In P4, it's viable as well. But P4, it gets a little complicated because it's a much bigger hard point in comparison to the third one. And those access points, you get to have a few of those holes which kind of cut you off from the direct access of the Purifier. Unless you are the ones already inside of the hard point, like what we saw earlier on. But, these are all possibilities. Let's see how the match is played out. It's going to be OGR initially opening up with one quick tactical, stuns their players. Virus gets the first takedown. It is a challenge on both sides, but NASA Godspeed picking up just a few initial points before getting shut it down. Look at this, OGR picking up both of those power positions straight up. They want to play this a little differently in comparison to C8 earlier.
Yeah, they want to just go and get those Aurora Lounge. They already have the spawns indeed, and they're going to get some points here. NASA Godspeed again finally breaks the hill. They're gonna get some kills as well, but Morton is gonna be there trying to make the play for his team. 8 and 8 so far, but so far both teams showing a different kind of themselves here, AJ, just winning more gunfights and playing more tactical.
Yeah, Hunter Killer Drone already out for the prowl. Is it going to find someone? Yes, it does. Poor Aaron just stepped on out after he spawned out. But NASA Godspeed now just using that to the other side, picking up momentum. Yansel stepping back onto the hard point after OGR most definitely putting up a strong fight against them. Red Missile coming out of nowhere. Is it going to bag one? Yes, it does, as the player steps on very close towards the hard point. Hero gets shut down. And NASA Godspeed, what a good play from the get-go. But then, you know, this is a mistake from both sides. NASA Godspeed as well as OGR, neither one going in there to grab on to that spawn, but it's I guess not gonna punish either side since neither one focuses on it.
Yeah, both of them are just trying to focus on something else, but so far, finally, NASA Godspeed, they get the hill, and Jehu gonna be at the back anchor spawn. Can he make the play? Cryo already, but Jehu, he's gonna get taken down with it, even if he got the first shot.
Nice.
Very unfortunate. But they still have control, and here comes OGR. They managed to break the hill, about to get that time. Last break to take down, but he's still alive. Yanzel takes down 2 before he goes down. And so far, NASA Esports winning the slaying department, but OGR, they have control of the hill.
Yeah, and now if OGR loses this hill, it is all on them, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But thankfully, that is not going to be the case. The players of NASA Godspeed spawning out of generators just a little bit too far. 13 seconds to go. Even if they do contest, it's going to be a waste of time. So the best thing for NASA Godspeed to do in this situation is drop by generators, pick up that spawn, and make sure they stack their players inside of Aurora launch. They pulled that right decision, and they're going to be getting the favorable spawns for this P3. And the game is still close to each other, so NASA Godspeed, they have an opportunity here to run away with their hard point.
Yeah, they have the opportunity to run away with this one, but this is where it's going to happen. Are you going to bring out your purifiers here? And so far, OGR, they're just winning their gunfights one by one. Pepsi, player alive, their star player trying to make the play, but Arf is still there with the depth machine, and he make the play. Morton and the gang pushing through, but Jehu still alive on that corner. 56 to 39. Back and forth we go. No one really has control, but finally the purifier has come into play. And here comes NASA trying to make the comeback and brings out 2 purifiers. Invested 2 here, but so far Yanzel finally making a play out of there. And just like that, they managed to break the hill. 25 seconds on the hill.
Yeah, Purifier, operator being pulled out at the right time. You really want to use it at the P3. Oh, perfect double by Jehu on the thumper. Pulls out the Purifier once again. And this is just an absolute annihilation. But NASA Godspeed, they don't get to run away with the matchup. Yes, they stay alive, but OGR stepping right back on in there. And all of the scraps picked up by NASA Godspeed. Early rotation by OGR into P4. NASA, they're playing this slow. Hopefully that doesn't bite them in the back here, Jericho.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. It's such a close game, but so far they want to play, they want to break the hill. They don't want to use they want to rotate early. So far Virus going to be inside the hill, does take one down. That's going to be the opening they need. More players going to come through, but Virus still alive. The player to make there. Just like that, they managed to break it. They get streaks as well. And here comes Virus and the team. He still has his Purifier. Very good saving there, but let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, Virus really needs to bring out the Bread Missile now. It is the perfect situation. Purifier dropped out as well. Guy gets taken down by Morton. Cairo steps onto the hard point. Purifier is going to be more than enough to break this. And all of the other players barbecued out already. NASA Godspeed now cannot find a way to jump on back onto the hill as they get the split spawns. Bread Missile comes out. That is not the right timing, my friend. And he is going to waste that, unfortunately. A little too late, and a misplay on that on the score streak is going to cost NASA Godspeed a lot here, Jericho.
Yeah, it's going to cost them a lot indeed. P4 is covered by the whole thing. You can't drop it down. And so far, OGR, they're taking over 102 to 72. AJ, and here we go. The mistakes are showing up. And this is how you use a Predator Missile. Finally gets one. They take down the player in that scaffolding. 3 more players to beat. But OGR, they're going to hop on the hill immediately. And so far, they have controlled everything. They still have streaks here. And just good team play from the side of OGR.
Yeah, NASA Godspeed now hopping on, just trying to hold them back. But OGR has just been playing this a little bit better all the way through. And NASA Godspeed, man, I expected them to really step it up after the previous time they pulled their takeoff and really didn't succeed there. But it just seems like they are making, some of these exact same mistakes. But now, as they hold on to the hard point, they have to face a cluster strike out of the heavens, and OGR will be able to pick up a clean 10 seconds out of this.
Yeah, 10 seconds indeed, 116.84. But actually, OGR, they're not hopping on the hill. It doesn't matter, but they're going to get all the kills. They have control of P2. Cairo going to be pushing through all the way to the back. He's going to spot one player there as well. 125 to 84. NASA Godspeed again struggling just to get any kind of rhythm here. Yanzel trying to find a way for his team to make a play. He's going to take one down. They do have control, but the sentry gun is there as well. And now OGR, they just need 20 more points before they win this game number 1.
Okay, now they've got the hard point, but they don't have the spawns. And although the gods of RNG are giving them the spawn out in Special Forces base, nobody's holding it on as the anchor. Jehu steps onto the point, and that might just be the play that keeps NASA Godspeed alive. Jehu cannot get taken down, and the rest of the players, they just need to lock this position down at the launch center. As long as he has the spawns, they will be able to throw the numbers in, and NASA Godspeed will stay alive at takeoff.
They're going to stay alive in a D. This is huge time for them. And OGR, do you decide to rotate or do you want to push for this one? And the answer is they're going to fight for this one. Here we go. But the Purifier is still alive. Asti trying to make a play. He's going to get taken down. Morton, last of 3 players in front of him. He's going to get taken down. That might be the final push. But Cairo still contesting them, just preventing NASA Godspeed to get some points here. He does take one down with him. And now it's going to be the rotation. But look at NASA Godspeed. Everyone's just focusing on the old hill.
Yeah, perfect plays by NASA Godspeed. This time around, they focus on the important part of locking down that spawn. And now a little bit of a late rotation, but it is the right rotation. They want to go in. They want to break the generator hole. Now, they get the spawns out of generators. That was a quick one in succession. 2 players already creating havoc at that hard point in itself. Morton will be able to find a backstab. The other players, Virus brings out the Purifier. This is NASA Godspeed and their comeback.
The comeback is on indeed, AJ. 134 to 130. Here we go. NASA Godspeed with their Purifiers about to make the play, but here comes OGR trying to make a play as well. The Hunter Killer inside the hill makes it happen. The Pred comes through. He's going to take down one as well. No one's going to be near here. Can they manage to win it? Here we go. NASA Godspeed trying to make the play. The Thumper, but the Aaron gets 2 in a row. Morton hops on the hill, but Yanzel is there for the trade. Fire's trying to make a play as well. Back and forth we go, but NASA stays on top. Here we go, 5 more points. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 more points. And I just think NASA Godspeed, they win game number 1. Finally bringing home a hard point. And they take the lead 1-0.
What a play. I mean, you got to respect the strategy. You got to respect all of the adjustments made by NASA Godspeed. After they very clearly dropped the ball at the initial stages, it just looked like OGR had the better strategy in here, Jericho. We saw them do something opposite of what C8 Pro was showing us. Instead of just running straight on for the hardpoint play, they took control of those power positions first. You saw scaffolding control. You saw the second floor of Aurora launch being held onto as well. And that was where the OGR squad really was putting the hurt onto NASA Godspeed. But the weird thing here is they just weren't playing takeoff in the best way possible. And at the second hard point, neither one of the teams were focusing on grabbing and holding down to the spawn. Jehu had sort of the idea, but in the first rotation, it really was played poorly. On the second rotation, however, Jehu, he held on to that spawn, and that was the perfect run from P2 into its P3, and then the closer. That was a perfect fight on the side of NASA, and I just wish they can keep this up, man, because they were keeping me on the edge of my seat with those misplays initially.
Yeah, the misplays indeed, especially in that P4. Just bad plays coming through. Using a Pred when there's all the enemies are inside the hill.
Yeah.
You can't have those kinds of mistakes. Because if that happens to you against some pro teams, you will pay for it. But so far, Ace with 34, Yanza with 30 as well, double 30s. They take it 150 to 134. Still such a close game. But now, time to slow things down in S&D. Crossfire. Let's see if they can back-to-back 2-0. Because remember, both of these teams, their S&Ds were both 5 and 6.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. And, let's see if or not they can find that momentum that they've already managed to garner for themselves in this hard point and run it through this S&D as well and keep OGR on the back foot all the way through. Crossfire is not going to be an easy S&D at all. On the attacking side, you do have the momentum, Jericho.
Yeah, you do have that momentum on the attacking side. You can just keep on doing the same play over and over again. And then the defense, yes, you can slow it down, or you could just double the speed and get over to that A-bomb side and use your KRFs.
And, the quick rush from the defensive can go into its butchers, but playing the game myself, I can tell you the snipers are going to be a huge threat there as you try to rush on in through dead end. You need to look out for those grenades as well. If you play the trophy down butchers, you might have to look out for the snipe.
Ooh.
And if you are looking out for the snipe, you might just get taken out by the grenade, right? It's just such a tricky situation, which NASA does not make a mistake on. They play this slow and they hold the back foot finally with their access in here. A little bit late, and OGR already has the bomb on the ground.
Yeah, OGR already has the bomb on the ground immediately, and now the retake is going to ensue. 5-on-5 at the moment. No picks whatsoever. Just a straight up plant for open.
Yeah.
And now, ARF, I mean, look at this. This is just great from OGR. Just a different kind of S&D, or just a little bit more aggressive. And now ARF will be pre-aiming, but Yanzel gonna push through. He's gonna miss those shots. Actually, unfortunately, ARF takes one down, but Asti takes down two. 1 versus 3. Asti, what can you do? 3 players watching the bomb. Very good round for the side of OGR.
Yeah, all about the timing now, and they just have to hold this down. 4 more seconds, not enough for Asti to close things off. Numbers against him, and obviously the timer just keeping him anxious all the way through. NASA Godspeed, they dropped the ball in the very first round in itself, but it is a map pick of OGR, and I guess they can just, peg that, do that, but they need to find a comeback through in here as they take a good defensive round. This time a little bit more aggressive. One player straight in towards the bus station. Yanzel, what a great opener with the KRM.
Yeah, with a great pick with a KRM. And now 5 versus 4. That's what you need. You need that kind of aggression towards that B bomb side.
Yeah.
And that is what Yanzel did. I love the adjustments coming through here.
Yep.
Let's see if they can keep it up. 5 versus 4 here. Bomb is not yet down, but remember, look how near they are. Ace, he can definitely find a spot here.
Yanzel picks up the second one as well. ARF down on the ground, just creating so much of havoc. In the next round, OGR, what they need to do is have that sniper hold on to the corner car at corner building and lock down that position of butchers, just that little bit of window, and the backup of 2 grenades most definitely needs to punish Yanzel, because now the fact that he has found this opening, there's no doubt in my mind at all that he'll be trying it again later on.
Yeah, he's definitely going to try it, but Yanzel, he takes himself out, but it doesn't matter to trade on trade. Virus stuck in a 1 versus 3, but he did get through that spawn. Let's actually, no, sorry. For the side of OGR, 1 versus 3, sorry. 1 versus 3 for him. Aaron, bomb is down. What can he do? Got to take them all out. 35 seconds left.
Yeah, Aaron finding one. Oh, no trigger discipline allows his opponent just to slide away. Repositions himself, grenade in hand. Let's see if or not he will be able to bag one. 3v1. CBR! Information given away as well, and Asti shuts him down. And OGR now, they drop 1 round as NASA Godspeed make a comeback. But speaking of this situation, NASA Godspeed, they pulled off a really good round because of Yanzel mainly making those plays. But once again, OGR, they need to shut down that window at Butchers. The snipe as well as double grenade play needs to come through, Jericho.
Really has to come through, those cheeky
wow,
angles.
Yanzel.
But Yanzel, again, he's going to get taken out. ARF kills him with the SBD. But there you go. Asti takes 2 down as well. And now NASA Godspeed leading the man advantage. They do have the bomb down as well. And Aaron finally gets one. Is he still alive? Does he get away with his life? He comes into the scope of Ace. And just like that, 3 versus 2.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, right? The CBR supremacy, even in that mid-range combat, just still super viable as long as you can control the recoil on it. And what a control over there earlier on. Let's see if or not we will see more of those crazy plays. Ace with those snipes, but Kiro will be able to respond. The timing's just really bad for Kiro. Misses Ace by a second. OGR 2v3, numbers not on their side, bomb on the ground. It's just the situation stacked up against them, Jericho.
Yeah, the situation stacked up against it. Unless Cairo can find a spot here, find a pick here. But all the players on the side from NASA Godspeed, all on the left side. So no information whatsoever. I love it from NASA Godspeed. They're just going to hold it down. Yeah, you can plant the bomb, but we have that man advantage. And that's what they're doing. OGR, what can they find here? He saw that shot, though. Ace hits that wall bang, but nothing will hit as well. Number 1, he spots 1. That's gonna be information. Misses that snipe, unfortunately. And now they get up. Now they picked up the bomb. But 25 seconds left. You gotta drop it if you are OGR.
The attacking side still trying to find some sort of a play here. And Cairo will be able to equalize the numbers, but the timer not on their side. Bomb being planted and the miss coming through from the side of NASA Godspeed will now get... Oh my goodness me. No bomb plant. OGR, no point for you. NASA Godspeed picks up the second round for themselves.
NASA Godspeed finally turning it up here. I don't think they want to go to a game number 4. They want to go get that game number 2 down already. So far, still an early game, but the adjustments they're doing very, very good. But Cairo takes down one. That's going to be a 5 versus 4 just off the start. Wow.
It's a 5-3-2. Numbers really not looking great at all, man. OGR, Aaron, the KRMs is popping off left, right, center. And, you know, as you say, NASA Godspeed wanting to run away with this. OGR knows that loud and clear, man. I mean, they hear you. They want to shut them down as quickly as they can. NASA Godspeed with Jehu as well as Virus. We've seen the great plays, but can they make their way back from such an impossible situation? Numbers stacked against them and the bomb already planted. 25 seconds to go. This seems to be an impossible task, but Jehu, as he takes one down, gets traded out, leaving a 1v4 for the one and only Virus, and a thumper shuts that play down. OGR equalizes.
Equalizes indeed, and this is a recipe for around 11. AJ, I'm already seeing it because both teams they are reading each other back and forth, and so far OGR on the better side, really struggling here, but finally managed to tie it up. Let's see if they do the same strategy. Virus trying to find a spot there, will not get anyone. Yanzel in deep territory, and oh my goodness, the trophy system cake took him out, and Aaron gets 3 in a row. AJ, just like that. 5 versus 2 with bomb down.
Yeah, 2-2, 5-2, and NASA Godspeed, all of a sudden, their momentum just shut down.
Oh my
Aaron
God.
finds one that sprays, not possible. The Kilo versus the CBR. Kilo has the range, a little better with the recall after the buff came through. In the current season, you want to be picking up the Kilo for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. M13, the story of the past, still viable in some of those fights, but not as good anymore. Kiro, good shutdown onto Ace. The sniper and sniper action leaves one last player on the side of NASA Godspeed, and it's just a little too late for a play to be made. And Arf makes that a little easier for him in terms of decision as OGR pulls in front as we switch sides.
That pulls in front and switch sides, and indeed, now 2-3. Switch of sides now. Now, NASA Godspeed on the offense. What can they do? They got stuck there, and they don't get the bomb. Okay, that's number 1. And now OGR, they're going to have more time to go in here because they're going to be one man down. And look at that. No trades from NASA because they left the bomb carrier as well. And look at that. OGR just pushing through inside their base already.
4v3. Oh, yes. Arf managing to bag a double, and
God.
Asti picks one up. Arf just on fire right now as he gets taken out of the equation. 2-1. NASA Godspeed. Can they have a playthrough Virus in here? The lone sniper. This is all about the timing. As he goes in here, bomb not on him at all. Can he spot the player? It is all about the quick scope. Virus knows that he needs to spot that corner. Player repositions, not gonna get anyone out of that. Thumper pressures him away as well. J358 just pulled out for the speed boost and nothing else as the quick scope. And you see, 1 minute on the clock is still a viable amount of time for him to make a play here, Jericho. It's all about the decisions made.
Yeah, all about the decisions indeed. He just has to pick one side. You already know he left. And for the side of OGR, why do you leave that corner? You had the better weaponry there. You know, if he misses that shot, you could just counter him with your sniper. But so far, Virus, what can he do here? Because look at that. Now it's just a clear highway. He can just cross, pick up the bomb, get a pick on his right. Does he spot him? Cairo pre-aiming the ground. He spots him. Beautiful trigger discipline. He knows he's there. He's gonna make some noise there, and just like that, you just make Virus, be scared. Make him scared here. But he finally picks up a Kilo. That just might be the game changer.
Yep. And now, instead of going towards that B-bomb side, he picks A instead. This is a good decision-making that is in witness here. Cairo! Timing! Kilo bags him out. Virus now with the plan. It's all about the timing. Can he pull this off? Pepsi on for the attack from the front. He does not have the angle. Kilo bags away. Good slide. And now, Kilo versus Kilo. Who's going to be able to win this?
Who's going to be able to win this indeed, but Bomb is going to be stuck on that side. Here comes the engagement. Who's going to win the engagement? And OGR, Pepsi, the star, getting the victory. They almost lost that round, but 2-4, OGR finally making a lot of adjustments in this S&D.
Great plays coming through from the side of OGR. NASA Godspeed, although they had the ideation, just execution on this S&D crossfire is just not as solid as OGR. Very clear as to why this crossfire S&D pick came through on. And you know, here's the interesting part, right? On the defense, they seem to be doing as stellar as they are on the offense. They're just so comfortable here. But as I say that, Virus with a double, Janzel taken out. Our Pepsi, Arf gets a double for himself, and the numbers advantage back to the side of OGR.
Numbers back to the side of OGR. Indeed, 2 versus 3 here. Very winnable. What can Ace find here with his sniper? 1 minute and 30 seconds. And, you know, for the side of both teams, they're not wasting any time. They don't want to delay. They don't want to do anything. They just want to go fight it out. And so far, OGR is winning the gunfights here, but Arf, he does spot one. That's information. So that's a nade. Will it take him out? But the thumper as well prevents it to push out, and Ace misses 2 shots in a row. Just jump out of it. He's gonna miss it as well. And what? Oh, okay, Pepsi.
Ashley almost Kilo with the pressure, but steps out, unfortunately for him, as Pepsi pulls OGR into match point location. NASA Godspeed, they do not detect OGR on their radar at all. It looks like a different team is on that Godspeed right now. OGR running away with this matchup. NASA, can they slow them down? Can they put a stop to this? On the attacking side, this time it's a beeline straight for the bomb side, but the bomb better not be placed on the ground just yet. Kiro takes the first shot against Asti. Pepsi now, is he going to get sprayed down? Virus manages to find a round 4v4. The numbers not on either side. In terms of advantage, what a pop by Pepsi. It is going to be the thumper for the MVP play.
Yeah, MVP play in indeed. 3 versus 3 now. Bomb not yet down. They have picked it up. But look how near the enemy is. That number 1 player on your screen, that's going to be Pepsi. Can he make that huge play again? But then again, whoever's going to push that out, Janzel, he does have that bomb. So that's going to be such a very, very important role. Will he sacrifice the bomb and try to get the kill, or just plant the bomb? Carter as well sniping through the wall here, so nothing can happen. They need to use their utilities, and here comes the plant. The smoke comes through, but Janzel decides to back away. And I think that just might cost him there. But the push here comes the push. It just might be a gunfight here. He gave up the position, and there you go. Janzel takes one down. Jero takes out Morton. Last player alive is gonna be Cairo. What can he do? He does miss that snipe again. Finally hits it, but the bomb is down already, and he has to defuse.
Poor guy, Cairo, just missing the first shot. He is most definitely going to regret that. Hopefully it doesn't throw him off his gameplay all that too much. And look at the discipline from NASA Godspeed. Did he spot one out? Yes, he did. What a spot. Cairo on his tiny little phone still manages to spot the barrel of his opponent. Takes him out with 1 shot. And now Virus all alone. Kilo 141 in the hands of Cairo. Virus, can he make a play? Backstab is going to be a potential here. 13 seconds now. Not much time left on the ground. And he gets sprayed down. Virus good with the positioning, as he will be able to keep NASA Godspeed alive.
NASA Godspeed still alive, but match point for OGR. And both of these teams, they were struggling closing it. Now let's see if NASA Godspeed can force 2 more rounds to tie it up and 3 to win it. Let's see what kind of plays they're going to do. Ace going to be very aggressive, but Arf meets him with an SVD. That's good. The first blood already. Man advantage goes to the side of NASA for the side of OGR. Bomb not yet down. The sound cue comes through, but they're all going to be stacked up on B. Aaron takes out Nasty. 5 versus 3.
The numbers not on the side of NASA Godspeed. Can they make a stellar play to keep themselves alive and push this into round 11? Bomb inside of bus station, holding on to a corner, but Pepsi's just going to be annoying. Does he have the thumper on his side? No pushes coming through just yet. And NASA Godspeed just needs to play this slow. Where is their sniper? As I asked that question, the sniper of OGR shuts down Janzel. No more KRM action for you, sir. Kiro with yet another spot from afar. No punishments coming through just yet, but passes on that information to Morton. Now 2-player on that pressure. Office building is gonna be ambushed by the players of OGR.
Yeah, they're gonna be trying to chase these players, but Virus and Jehu, last 2 players. If you're OGR, don't overextend. It's okay. You already have the bomb down. There you go. Take out Jehu. Last player alive is gonna be Virus. He's gonna be stuck. He does kill 1. It's gonna be another player. He does take 2 down. 1 versus 3. Very, very winnable. 38 seconds left, but he doesn't have the bomb again. And there you go. Cairo takes him out, sends him to game number 3, and we are seeing a game number 4 in this series.
A guaranteed game number 4, OGR proving to be way better on this S&D in comparison to the opponents. And beat on the attack, beat on the defense, they seem to have the crossfire map mastered 100%. It's also the decision making that's coming through with those thumper plays as well. Not really wasting those opportunities, but really just pulling it out in moments where they know it's going to really give them the advantage, Jericho. You only have 2 of those ammunitions in there, and you better use them wisely.
Yeah, you better use them wisely, and that's what OGR did actually. Just checking it, not just some players they just shoot it already and nothing even happens. They actually use it in great situations where you actually get a kill. And so far, OGR playing very, very well. But let's see if they can get that 2-1 advantage in this game number 3. It's gonna be firing range. This is where NASA actually dominated C8 Pro, but the comeback came through. And now let's see if the story is gonna be different.
Yeah, and speaking of kills, the players of OGR really raking up all of the kills on their side, right? 11 by Arf, Hero on the 10, 8 each for Aaron as well as Pepsi. And when you compare those numbers to Jehu as well as Ace and Yanzel, you see them struggling in the department. Although we thought that they were going to be a little bit more closer match to each other, a comeback this time around just wasn't possible for the side of NASA. Let's see what happens in this domination matchup. Raid is where we are going to be dropping on into, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And when we talk about Raid domination, Jericho, it's a huge map, man. But it's the decision making as to where do you spawn out from. You can see guerrilla base chosen here by the players of OGR. And I wonder if or not they're going to be holding on to this or going in there for the flip of spawns from the get-go.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be very, very important to set that tone right. But, if you're going to be spotting on that red side, which is, I believe, C, I think it's A and B.
C.
Oh, C, that's C. Yeah. You're going to think, do we overextend immediately, AJ, or do we fight for that B side? Because obviously Laundry side, the better power position instead of Art, because Art, you're just in a very open area. So that's a decision that those both teams have to think once they get to that side.
Smart Omega is one of those, very creative teams that jumps on into domination at Raid, and they prefer to play on the guerrilla base, right? Prefer to hold on to Art as they play all of their shots, and then later on take over the domination flag at B, which is not going to be super possible and super viable for all of the teams out there, mainly because of what you have just said, Jericho. They've just brought in the creativity into this domination raid. But if you really want to play it the standard way, you want to focus on that special forces base, you want to take over Laundry, and the access towards the B flag from Laundry is just a little bit easier in comparison to holding on to Art. And that's just the difference between a team that is at the top tier, right? Let's see if or not any of those strategies that Smart Omega has shown in the past comes out in play here as well, because it looks like NASA Godspeed is on fire from the get-go.
Yeah, 3 in a row, but the Thumper making its appearance there. He's gonna take one he's gonna take one down. But so far, OGR, they prevented the B cap, and now they're gonna be the ones trying to make a play here. Cairo still alive, making a play for his teammate, but they're gonna eat 2 Thumpers. A double kill coming through, and NASA again, they take down 5 in a row. That's gonna be a 5-team down. And just like that, B is going to be captured by the side of NASA Godspeed.
Oh, and Yanzel just really doing a lot, making sure they do not get flanked from that mid segment of the map. Central Garden for the protect, but as he gets double challenged and taken down, he opens up the mid segment of the map. But the information flow from the players of NASA Godspeed, absolutely stellar here. You can see the backup coming through. They will have to lose the B flag here, but what will be the response? Will NASA now go in here for the overextension to take over that garden, to take away that A flag, or will they force their way through for the B flag? It looks like they are wanting to force their way through. Virus winning the gunfight out as well. They've got 3 men in here, but the power position at Laundry still held on by the one and only Arf. They need to shut him down, Jericho.
They need to shut him down, and indeed. Now we do see more things coming through here. A and B being captured by OGR now. NASA Godspeed a little bit struggling, but look at that. B's about to be captured. Last player alive. No one's going to be near for the side of OGR, and NASA Godspeed, they take it right back. And now we do see the control coming through on the bad side, AJ. Great plays coming through from NASA. And so far, things are just looking bright for them.
Yeah, Yenzel this time around not wanting to overextend in towards the mid part of the map, just holding on towards the passageway, making sure he is the backup that the team members require. And as I say that, Yenzel is able to step on forth to the front line as the rest of his team members fall in those gunfights. This is the kind of adjustments we want to see from NASA Godspeed, and they seem to be doing one heck of a job out there, Jericho.
Yeah, they seem to doing one heck of a job indeed, AJ. And NASA, again, defending that B flag, overextending towards to A, AJ. Just distraction gameplay at its finest. No one's even near B and C. And NASA Godspeed running away with this first half. I just like their adjustment from that last series. And their domination is on point right now.
Yeah. Look at the respect. Look at the respect that NASA Godspeed has for OGR. Not overextending, not pushing in towards their base. They do not want a triple cap. Wow. They want a victory, and they want a guaranteed victory. But Kairos making it tough for them as he goes in here, winning multiple gunfights for himself. Virus brings out the Purifier,
no.
but Morton CBR shuts him down. That's unfortunate, Purifier player. But now, are they going to be able to snowball that in towards a capture of the B flag as well? They do not have the numbers. And yes, one final play, but Virus shuts down Pepsi. The backup coming through, but Virus is there to infect everyone.
Yeah, Virus is there to infect everyone. 75 to 53. That's going to be the score of that first half. And NASA Godspeed, same story. They won that first half, AJ, but now can be consistently making a play here, AJ. 75 to 53. Now they have the good side, AJ. And for OGR, do you want to overextend immediately?
Yeah, that's the biggest question here, isn't it? If or not that overextension is going to be possible. It looks like they take it slow. They want to play that B flag first, and they send in 4 players to match up the members of NASA Godspeed. It's all about who wins more gunfights, and it seems to be OGR at the moment. And return fire coming through. Jehu holding on to Laundry. Backstab by Aaron will give OGR the B flag from the get-go. Mid segment of the map on for the push. Does not prove viable for the side of NASA as well. Vehicle taken out. Jehu with the great play, but it's not going to be enough. Overextension instead from NASA Godspeed to tickle that C flag, and that's going to be a stellar play from them if they can execute it to perfection, Jericho.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a stellar gameplay indeed. But here comes Morton trying to make a play. He's gonna take one down. CNA still captured by the side of NASA Godspeed, but B's gonna be captured by OGR. They have to pick a home flag now, and there we go. A's gonna be that choice, but he loses that gunfight, and NASA Godspeed, they still have more time here just to hold it down, get some kills before they capture B. He's trying to make a play as well, takes one down with him, and just like that, 92 to 72, and NASA, they take down 3 in a row, and B is going to be open again.
Yeah, it's so straightforward, right? What NASA Godspeed is doing. Don't butt your head in for that B flag when you know your opponents are over-investing all of their team members in there. What you want to do is get that overextension, and with that overextension, they secure a triple cap. Yes, they will lose the C flag, but it is not a concern for them. Hunter Killer does not get taken down. They shut down the Hunter Killer, and yes, the C flag goes to OGR. If the Hunter Killer drone had managed to reach the destination there, that would have been quite epic, but NASA Godspeed still in front, Jericho, and this is just perfection at raid domination.
Yeah, just perfection indeed. And so far, 150 to 79. We do see NASA Godspeed pushing through the limit here, just doing everything that they can. And now we are seeing their full potential. But B is going to be captured by OGR, AJ. Just back and forth we go. But for OGR, stop pushing through B. Overextend to A. Just push together as a team. Get that mid-map control. But so far, they just will keep on bashing their heads inside B.
Yeah, and OGR, we see the weakness initially, spotted in that first series. They are starting to second guess all of their actions in here. It seems like the team is just all over the place, going in, focusing on 2 different maps, 2 different flags at the same time. It pays off for the second, but are they going to be able to run away with this game now? Because NASA Godspeed, all they need is just 1 flag to the end of the game, and they do not need to overextend. But even as I say that, they still want to make a play for this B flag, which I think is unnecessary, Jericho.
Yeah, unnecessary indeed for the side of OGR. They have to go for every single one here, and if you're NASA Godspeed, you can win with 1 flag here, but here we go. They have to try to make a play. Look at that B flag. Yenzel still trying to play for that B, just putting so much pressure, but it doesn't matter if they just hold this 1 flag, AJ. They're going to end up winning game number 3, 1 away for eliminating OGR.
Yeah, game of mathematics. Once you do enough at the initial stages of domination, you can close off towards the end, playing, a little bit more passively. And NASA Godspeed, they don't have to overextend. They don't have to push out of their spawns. They leave the garden wide open. This is just a little bit of a risky play for me. But in the nick of time, the rest of the team members immediately step on back to the plate. 147 to 121. It's a slow burn in terms of a victory as they play passive, but it's a victory guaranteed to the very last. And what a good prevention from Yansel, just to keep the drama from escalating.
I thought, AJ, we were going to see another C8 comeback, but it didn't matter anymore. It's not going to happen in Raid. It's such a big map. You can't just hold down every single map there. But congratulations to the side of NASA Godspeed. 2-1. One more map, but this next map, the map of OGR, which is Summit.
Yeah. And I feel like it is going to be a one-sided map, to state the obvious. But, in terms of which one of these teams have been able to play the strategy better, it's just been dependent on the map in itself, right? So perhaps the OGR clan can make a push right back in here. The numbers are not stacked up on the side of NASA, but they did just enough to get the victory, Jericho.
Yeah, they just did just enough to actually take that home. I mean, look at this. Look at the kills. Virus with 20. You have Ace with 22. Yanza with 20 as well. Jehu with 15. Asti with 16. Everyone just positive. And for the side of Gods for OGR, it's only Cairo really trying to do a lot for his team here. None of his teammates really stepped up.
Yeah, and so it's just a little unfortunate because OGR, no matter how much they tried, I kind of feel like they weren't approaching the situation as one unit, which is so confusing because they can stick together. We watched their S&D and, Raid S&D, OGR, how were they playing it earlier on? They stacked the numbers and they were winning out a lot of their battles. And then when it really mattered the most, they just did not keep those numbers together. They were splitting up. They were focusing on two different flags at the same time, failing at their mission over and over again, and no adjustments coming through. It really hurt them towards the end, Jericho. And just 25 points away from victory in here, towards the very end, it just looked like NASA had already broken down their confidence in this domination match.
Yeah, mental was really broken for the side of OGR. You can just see them just trying to just make a play one by one, not even pushing as a team here. But now they still have one more chance here to force a game number 5 and actually try to win it. But it's going to be in their map. So they have that confidence here, AJ. But let's see how broken their mental is, AJ, because, mental warfare here is very, very important because you almost had that. You won that game number 2. Momentum was on your side, but NASA Esports just a stronger team in Respawn.
Yeah, and OGR, what they can do here is just put that to map picks and put that to map supremacy in terms of mastery and give this away to NASA Godspeed. If they want to do something here at Summit, they basically need to play each and every single point, right? They need to get their early rotations. They need to win their gunfights like their lives depend on it. Hardpoint, it's not going to be as slow as domination match. They really need to hustle in here, Jericho.
They really need to hustle and pretty much just be on point, communicate well, have that top tier composure, make great individual plays, just stop making mistakes. I think that's a huge one because a lot of these players, they try to, get that hype from us, but we will notice it if you do actually make a great play, but you have to play it right. And that's what OGR has to do. But for NASA Godspeed, you just have to close it out. That's all you have to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. And that's the Godspeed now. Beeline in here for control room number 2. They will have the advantage of taking over the second floor first. Morton steps on through. Thumper doesn't find one. Aaron with the backstep takes him out of the equation. NASA Godspeed with the initial opener, but OGR immediately takes over the hard point. Great plays as they go in and focus on the hard point instead of that second floor. As we've seen the focus of that first hard point switch very recently with a lot of these teams, Jericho. They're playing this right.
Yeah, they are playing this really, really right. It's 18-2, and OGR finally taking a page out of LXD, AJ. They're just pretty much just stacking inside the hill here, and finally they get a lot of points here. But NASA, they managed to break it, and now they're gonna get that last 20 seconds here. But here comes OGR, still trying to make a play here, but they want to focus up now on that second floor, AJ. Get that second floor control, get that P3 spawns as well to get ready for that P2. But so far, Asti's gonna be the first one in here. Can he make the play? Takes out Morty and Cairo, and NASA Godspeed slowly but surely heating up.
Yeah, Hardpoint is not a matchup where you allow your opponents to run away with it a little bit and then you fear because you have the game out of your hands. No, no, no. One good Hardpoint can put you right back in the mix. NASA Godspeed just on the back foot, but although they are on the back foot, they have got the spawns of the second Hardpoint and they win their matches. They win their gunfights back to back to back. A steps on through with the KRM and in his hand, Aaron, is he going to be able to get this win? Oh, good shutdown with the slide, but unfortunately, it will be a good play with the CBR on the response. NASA Godspeed just struggling a little bit at the summit Hardpoint, Jericho.
Yeah, struggling in this Hardpoint indeed. Now we're seeing their flaws here, but it's really short range maps, AJ. This is where they really struggle. I feel like they like the takeoffs, the Hackney yards. They want to play in such a big map because they're just using their anchors to their advantage. And OGR finally shining here with the KRMs and the CBRs being used.
38-33. NASA Godspeed still not out of this just yet, not wanting to hop onto the point. Aaron, good play as he steps on fourth. Boxing gloves are pulled out. Pulls out the KRF. Does not get the first shot, but it doesn't matter. It was a 2-on-1. And OGR, they have the points on them. Early rotation from NASA Godspeed as they hold on to the spawns first before stepping up into the hardpoint. I like the discipline, but are they going to be able to win their gunfights in here? Hardpoint held on by OGR, and they win the majority of the gunfights. NASA Godspeed with the late comeback in there as they hold on to the spawns, but even if they do, OGR is just winning out a majority of these gunfights, which keeps them in front, Jericho.
Yeah, which keeps them in front indeed. And Asti, that's the worst time to use a Purifier. He did manage to make some space there, but the double kill with the Thumper, and Ace gonna get more kills here. Huge comeback from the side of NASA Godspeed. Here comes Ace just pushing through. 5 kill streak from him. Make that 6 with a Hunter Killer. Can he make it 7? Unfortunately, he's gonna get hit by Morton. And NASA Godspeed, that P3, that hectic P3, they're gonna get that money hill. Now it's gonna be the rotation for P4.
Operators, like you said, Jericho, just not being used to perfection. I would have much preferred to see that Purifier over at P4 later on, but as NASA Godspeed pulls that out a little bit too early, it seems like it was enough to equalize the point. 65-65 on for the rotation. A good hideout, but Martin immediately gets taken out of the equation here. The ones to open up this hard point should be OGR as they secure the spawn first, Jericho.
Yeah, he secured the spawn first to get the points as well, but here comes Yanzel and the gang. He's just trying to buy time for his teammate. The smoke comes through. He's gonna spot one, gets hit marker through the smoke. Doesn't even matter. He's gonna pull out the Purifier. We'll get one, but the Thumper eats him out. And just like that, 80-65. That's not how you want to use it. Yes, you do get one, but no team is there to trade. And Asti trying to make a play as well. Jehu finally gets in the hill, and NASA finally managed to break the hill. Huge plays coming through from the side of NASA Godspeed. Can they keep it up? No players on the side of OGR just trying to make a play as well. Arf brings out his death machine, doesn't matter. And NASA Godspeed breaking the hill, about to take the lead. And here comes Jehu.
Oh, Jehu's just with an all-out Purifier mayhem, getting kill after kill after kill, really helping his team members hold on to this hard point. But Aaron finally steps on in with a challenge, and Jehu shuts him down. This guy is on fire. Pred as well as Dragonfire in hand already. NASA Godspeed taking the lead as we go in here for the reset of the hard point. NASA Godspeed, Pred being brought out at the right time, only bags out one. Jehu is on fire, but can they keep this momentum up and close this off with a victory? You know they want this. You know they want to end it right here, Jericho.
Yeah, they want to end it right here. Aaron gonna hop on down. One by one they go. No contest, but Arf still alive there. Pepsi over that stairs. They're gonna take down that last play. They managed to break the hill. 109-87. NASA Godspeed. They have to break the hill here. Here we go. Yanzel takes down Arf. Gonna be a player in the middle. Yanzel, he's gonna get taken out as well. The contest comes through, but is there any help? Jehu still alive. Has a Goliath. Takes down 2 in a row. The break comes through. Last player alive. 3 go down. And NASA Godspeed 120-93 OGR. They have to make a push here. They need to contest.
Oh, they need to contest indeed. And the question is, where and when will that XS1 Goliath be brought out? Are they going to invest it in here for that P2 on this reset, or will they wait? Will they give OGR a chance to make a comeback and then pull it off at that P3? And the location that the XS1 Goliath is brought out for the play really does matter as well, because if it gets stolen away, Jericho, GGWP immediately.
Yeah, GGWP indeed, and I think they might just bring it out here. Here we go. OGR already in the hill. He's gonna get taken down. 3 go down. NASA Godspeed gonna push through. Cairo trying to make a play. He's gonna get taken out as well. They don't even need to use the Goliath. And just like that, they managed to break
Yeah.
the contest comes through. Yanzo still alive, making the plays back and forth. 15 more points before they win the game.
Yeah.
And send them home. Yanzo doing everything he can, but Aaron is still there, trying to make a play. Pepsi brings out the purifier, and just like that, they control the hill.
Oh, I love this play coming through from NASA Godspeed, not investing the XS1 Goliath just yet, but Jehu now bringing out the Dragonfire. I don't believe that's the best time to use it. Instead, you really want to be activating your XS1 Goliath. Now is where you bring it on for activation, prepare your P3, and it's gonna be a game over play. 9 more seconds in here. OGR really trying to close things off at the second hard point, but it's not gonna be possible. They need to make their way in here for that cable car platform, but with the XS1 Goliath, one Pred on its head can end things here, and NASA Godspeed still has an opportunity to close things off, and OGR has an opportunity to make a comeback, Jericho.
They have the opportunity to make a comeback, but here comes the Goliath just hopping on it. They're just stacking it. No one's going to be near to contest the hill, and NASA Godspeed wins it 3-1, 150-132. They are your bronze champions. Third place, guys. Congratulations to NASA Godspeed. Amazing, amazing gameplay. We thought the comeback was through, but they didn't use that Goliath till the end.
Yep.
That was definitely the game changer.
Yep.
GG, well played.
They could have lost it, man. I mean, you bring out that XS1 Goliath onto such an open hard point. Your opponents have a Pred missile. Bye-bye, XS1 Goliath. And, you know, a potential comeback for OGR is definitely there, right? And the use of the Dragonfire right there at that moment, I feel like it was more towards, okay, I've already got this score streak. You know the game's going to end next already. If I don't use it, it's going to be a waste. So let's try to bring, you know, a little bit of momentum our side. Thankfully, it didn't really work against them. Because, you know, what could have worked against them is if at that moment an overextension by OGR had come through, early rotations just to shut him down whilst he had his Dragonfire out for the play, he would have lost the spawn, he would have lost the momentum of bringing in the XS1 Goliath and still keep it viable for OGR. But you know, it just didn't work out that way. NASA had such a good time out there, and it was Jehu, although he has the, you know, one of the least amount of kills on this map here on his side or for his team, it was the efficacy of those kills, Jericho, that was just so good, so perfect to get this team the victory.
I mean, he has the least engagements in the team, but it didn't matter. When he got those kills, the Purifier came in handy. 6 kills in a row. Manages to play for his life to get that Goliath. And just really, that's what they needed. After that Goliath, that's all he has to do. Play the anchor, wait for his teammates. And his teammates did well as well. And for the side of OGR, they really tried their best there. But once that Goliath came through, once the stack came through, NASA Esports, they just pretty much ran away with that game number 4.
Yeah, my personal MVP here is Jehu, right? P4, like you said, Jericho, was all Jehu. It was just him and his Purifier. If it was not for him, I believe they would have lost that hill, you know, at the moment they stepped on in there. But with the Purifier and the very smart play, repositioning, constantly looking at the stairs, upper stairs as well as lower stairs, making sure he cuts down both of those angles. The moment his Purifier went offline, he steps off of the hard point, throws out a grenade just to make sure nobody's going to rush on through, and he shuts down the one player who was making it very difficult for them to kind of run away with the points in there with his KRM as well. Jehu did so much in this last game. It's not about the number of kills, it's about the impact that those kills bring through, and he had the right ones in here. Super impressive overall from NASA Godspeed, and you are right, sir, the winners of this bronze match, they pick up the 3rd spot. Unfortunately for OGR, they will have to just stick and be content with their 4th placement in here. But valiant effort nonetheless. It was a great fight and very close. In all of the games that they lost, Jericho, they could have won it.
They could have, but this first game right here, if OGR took this one, it could have been theirs. But NASA Godspeed decide to turn it up. They decide to finally fix their mistakes, AJ.
Yeah.
And they actually did play really, really well.
Yeah, and it's good that they managed to fix it on that second round through after the reset of the hard point, because if they didn't, I feel like OGR would have still been able to get away with it, right? I mean, at one point, OGR was in front, and I felt quite nervous for NASA Godspeed, but it was the adjustments that they made in there for that P2 after that reset, which really, really put them in front. And as you can see, OGR here on that P4, they were still running away with it.
Yeah, they were still running away with it, and but as soon as that next hill came through, when they used that cluster strike, it just didn't do anything whatsoever. They just really wasted it. And for the side of NASA Esports, they just made a comeback there, and did this S&D all OGR from start to finish.
Yeah, and the only position that you could use the cluster strike in there for that reset on that first hard point, although they used it at the right point, they just didn't have the sufficient amount of backup, right? Not much communication in terms of who's going to be there to step onto the point once it's used. They only had one objective player, and when he went down, it was just quite honestly a waste. NASA Godspeed, they tried to string it along on this S&D, but OGR, they woke up.
Yeah, they woke up and they wanted to win this one indeed. And now we do see the domination here, which was just all NASA Godspeed from the first half to the second half to the triple cap to the single cap. It didn't matter. They ran away with this one. They had streaks. They just were winning every single gunfight. Both sides were just good sides for them.
Absolutely, man. And it was just a back and forth at points, but in this domination matchup, OGR really putting a strong fight up, but they just could not contend with NASA Godspeed and all of the rotations that they were executing to perfection. And when it came to the overextensions and taking the risk in terms of just creating that little bit of ruckus, distracting the opponents at this domination, because when you drop into domination, that's what it's all about, right? You do not continuously focus on one flag. You have to play to your advantage by playing that distraction on a flag that your opponents, usually do not foresee it coming, and that's usually their home flag. And it was just NASA overextending and taking those risks, and they paid off quite big, Jericho.
Yeah, they paid off quite big indeed. But right here, this is the highlight we were talking about, AJ. Just Jehu, letting his teammates go out for him, and him just cleaning up the kills with a purifier, just racking up the score streaks. Really huge coming through here. And in the end, when it mattered the most, that's when he brought out that Goliath.
Yep.
And I just like the ideation there, because if some teams, they would have just hopped on it and put it down already on that P2. But Jehu, being the smart player he is, he decided to use it in that last hill.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. And, it's just those small little decisions that really kind of snowball into bigger wins for the team overall. And without Jehu's smart decision making like that, you wouldn't be able to kind of switch the momentum. And the rest of his team members, they kept up their end of the bargain. As Jehu was getting those important kills, they were picking up the rest of them, right? They were bringing in the mother load in terms of momentum, in terms of the slays out there on the battlefield. And towards the end, the XS1 Goliath going in there with a little bit of a crazy spray just to mark the victory. What a great showing by NASA Godspeed, Jericho.
Yeah, congratulations to them placing third. And for the side of OGR, placing fourth. Unfortunately, they cannot go to the grand finals. Only single elimination. But that's going to be it for match number 3, guys. Yep. And when we come back, it's time for the grand finals after this quick, short break.
Chaos. Reminds me of home. I love the smell of blood and guts in the morning. It's time for you to experience true fear.
No past. No present. No future.
See you in hell.
No past. No present. No future.
See you in hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty Mobile Ways of War, presented by Garita Call of Duty Mobile. AJ, I'm VV Jericho down here with the Mustachio AJ, and this is the moment we've been waiting for, the grand finals. LXD versus CA Pro. One will win, one will fall. Who's gonna bring home the championship?
Both went in here with a 3-0 victory at the semifinals to get into the grand finals, and we saw that it went all the way up into a match number 4 for the bronze matchup. Is it gonna be a 5-match showdown in here, or is it gonna be just a quick and easy 3-0? If it is a quick and easy 3-0, then that legitimizes whichever brand that is able to pick it up, Jericho, as the most dominant one in the Ways of War Philippines for the 3rd round in here. Let's take a look at the schedule and once again get a recap of how things have broken down so far in here, Jericho.
Yeah, for the first series, we had OGR versus LXD. That's going to be a 3-0 for semifinals number 2. We had NASA Godspeed taking down, losing to CA Pro 3-0. And for our bronze match, AJ, 3-1, NASA Godspeed taking down OGR. And for the grand finals, that's going to be LXD versus CA Pro coming right up.
And it is a situation where C8 Pro can now step up and prove their worth against LXD, or LXD can use the name that the C8 clan has built for themselves and smash them and take all of the glory for themselves. Which one is it going to be? Either way, it's going to be one cracker of a series ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an intense one. And now, let's see what's going to happen here. It's going to depend on those maps and modes, AJ. The bans and picks going to be very, very... And LXD, very, very huge. They win the coin toss. Now let's see, what do they ban for that first map? Takeoff is gone. Thank you very much, LXD. I love you already.
Yep, and they clearly did their homework. You do not want to step into Takeoff against the C8 clan. They saw a couple of teams, eating the L in the past when they took on their brothers. Even C8 Pro proving to be the better side at Takeoff earlier on. But of course, as for C8 Pro, where do they not want to dance? Is it going to be Standoff or Hackney Yard? We will find out. Crossfire is their response instead, Jericho, to take off of the list. So we will still see Hackney Yard in there. Question is it going to be for SND or Hardpoint?
Definitely. That's going to be the question. But LXD, we the first one to pick Hardpoint. What do they want to play? Will it be a standoff? Will it be a summit? Again, it's summit. It is. But again, C8 Pro, I don't think that is a good idea. But hey, they came in here with a 3-0. Both teams came in here. So they both very, very confident at C8. They're going to take that Gorilla squad. Now let's see where it takes us to map a number 4.
Yep, Hardpoint, it is the response of C8 Pro, and they drag us into Standoff. C8 Pro also gets to choose the SND for map number 2. Let's see exactly where that's going to be. It could be in a firing range here, or also Hackney Yard and Raid. It is still out there for the viable take, but it is going to be nice and easy for the first 2 games, Summit firing range. I like the setup already, Jericho.
I like the setup indeed. S&D firing range, standoff, hardpoint for game number 5. But will it be a raid? Are we gonna see a raid map 5? And what's gonna be that map number 5? C8 Pro, Hackney Yard, S&D, and raid domination again. Another potential 3-0 AJ. But here comes the operators, because this is where things get very, very interesting. The Death Machine being banned, okay.
Nice.
And the Sparrow being banned.
Very nice.
What's new? The Purifier is in the game once again.
You know what? I love the fact that LXD took out the Death Machine. They knew that, if the bait is thrown in this way, you're going to get one of the two, right? You're either going to be able to get the Annihilator or the Sparrow, because Purifier clearly is the favorite of everyone. And the Purifier is just, I wouldn't say would be the best pick in here, especially when it comes to raid. You really want to be able to get that range attack. Purify is not going to be giving you all of those victories that you want. But the Sparrow, on the other hand, Jericho, would have been perfect for the domination match.
It would have been very perfect, because you could just, aim down your sight and just shoot your arrows across. But I think the Purifier and the Annihilator could be used in that first game. You need to probably run three Purifiers to Annihilators if you really want to try to balance it out. But let's see what happens here, because here we go, AJ. LXD versus C8 Pro Grand Finals match number 1. Summit on Hardpoint. Hardpoint on Summit. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Potato, brother. Flobe jumping on in LXD. We're winning out their 3 initial gunfights and picking up those initial points as well. Nancy, great position to hold on to. Jumps over the railing, spots Oro. The backstab shuts him down. Repositions Kate right in front, and Crate will not be able to do anything at all. Nancy's on fire right now.
Nancy on fire. 4 kills for indeed. Working towards that Centric. Will get 1, but he's going to take out by Cash. Shuts him down. That Centric is going to be very, very huge. But here comes C8 answering back fast. But so far, damage has been done by the side of LXD. And C8 Pro struggling to find anything. And Floby as well, working towards that cluster strike. But he's going to eat a thumper. And now we do see C8 finally contesting the hill. A slow start, but it doesn't matter. They managed to make the comeback. And for the side of LXD, they invested their Predator missile already.
Why? I don't know why. That Pred was non-functional in any way you can look at it. Dragonfire almost came out there. I don't even know if it was used. Questionable decisions coming through from LXD at the moment, Jericho.
Yeah, very, very questionable. They could have used it here to break the hill here, but it doesn't matter. Yes, brute force comes through, but what if they break it immediately? Here comes C8. Here comes Zero trying to make a play as well. Poppy's going to trade him out. Arrow as well, but Baki in a very, very huge gunfight there. If he wins that one, they're going to get the spawns, but LXD, they break the hill as well, get the spawns for P3, but a back and forth we go. No one's really taking that huge lead yet, and Arrow going to be the first one in 3 kills. We make that 4 in a row. Arrow just popping off with a KRM. Can he keep going?
Yeah, the guy brings in a Kilo 141, spots the KRM on the ground and says, okay, the perfect weapon for P2, runs away with it. Nice plays coming out of him, but of course, it's going to be back and forth. C8 Pro now 34-30. LXD picking up that hard point as they continue to bash their heads in, picking it all up, but C8 Pro, they have got the favorable spawns to go in for the fight as well as pull in the early rotations, holding on to the spawns for P3 as they allow LXD to pick up scraps. I like the approach of C8 Pro at this summit hardpoint. They throw in 2 players to play the objective, but look at this, a double challenge coming through. The spawn still held on by C8 Pro. That gives them the momentum, but can it give them points as well?
Yeah, let's see what happens. That big gunfight inside the hill. You see Craig, he misses the shot. Poppy, a better carrier at the moment. Poppy still alive, gets 2 in a row, and he is just making plays after plays. They break the spawns as well, and LXD, they break the spawn and the hill as well. They have everything that they need. They get the time. Huge plays coming in from Poppy. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, Poppy just going in there for the reload. What a timing. Pulls out the Purifier of all things. I would have preferred it if he had kept it on for the next hill, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see if he can run away with this now. Timing's not on his side. He turns away at the wrong time, but no activation taken. Hot Dog shuts down Oro. Cash taken out of the equation as well, but Oro, he did the big one before getting taken down. He shut down Poppy and his Purifier. A little bit of a waste if you ask me, Jericho.
A little bit of a waste indeed. Only got 1 kill out of that. Gets going to take it out from the back. Now they do have their rotation. Dragonfire is out as well. Let's see what damage can it do. Floby trying to make a play as well. Takes one down, but they're going to push through all the way to the back. Arrow still alive. He's going to eat a KRM to his face, but the spawn, RNG Gods, he's going to spawn up there, and Baki's still alive. Is he going to take out Poppy? He does take out Baki. And Baki's still alive, but here comes Annihilator. We do see all of these things coming out, and here comes Arrow with the Purifier. Will take one down. Burns 2 in a row. The double Purifier making its way, and C8 now taking control of P4.
Yeah, Nancy now with the backstab. Purifier in hand. Oh, but means a Purifier out of Oro. Shut down instantaneously. Madman from the back. Annihilator on for the pop. LXD now just clearing out the outer areas. Baki taken out of the equation. LXD running away with this matchup. 20 seconds away means they can reach that 100-point mark before this hard point is closed off. Nobody's playing the objective just yet as they hop on fourth. They want to protect their spawns as well. Great plays. Great decision making coming through from LXD.
LXD, they just want to keep it really far now. They're going to hit that 100-point mark, but now the rotations are going to come through. And who's going to be there for C8 Pro? They're going to get those time, all the kills that they need. They're going to set up inside this P1, and this is going to be very, very important. But so far, kill feed all C8. For how long can they hold it out? Madman on the flank, destroys the cryo bomb. Brings out the thumper, kills 1, and here comes the break. He's trying to break it on his own, but his teammates are not yet there. And here comes C8 taking control as well. And everything is covered. I like this from C8, but look at that. LXD just take them down one by one. Arrow all alone inside that P1.
Yeah, C8 Pro really struggling against LXD in this situation. 1-1-1 versus 74. This is a winnable situation unless C8 Pro now makes a comeback from nowhere. Backstab. You can see them overextending from the edge platform, but that plays impossible as Flobe wins all of his fights with the KRM. Poppy popping off as well. Oh, come on, Poppy. Give them a break, Poppy. Come on, Poppy. Finally taken down by Cash, but Poppy already brought on that onslaught. The damage initially 119 to 83. C8 Pro fighting for their lives out here, Jericho.
Fighting for their lives indeed. 8 more points going to be contested, but they get the final scrap time. C8 Pro still trying to play for it, just trying to slay him out so that they can get that initial delay on that P2. But here we go. Hot Dog on the 23 already, just really making huge plays for his team. And here we go. Brings out the Annihilator. What can you do? 126 to 88. Baki takes him up at 0. Already inside the hill with the Purifier. He just burns and turns, but he's going to get taken out as well. Madman's still alive. He's making a play. Takes him out as well. He's going to get there from the back. C8 Pro, they're spotting far away. No streaks, no operator skills, and LXD, they're running away with this.
C8 Pro now. Let's see if they can break this. Final seconds of the game, 138. LXD just proving to be the better ones on this summit. Hardpoint, and yes, this was their win initially. C8 Pro not bagging out the win of that coin toss, and it's just proving to be an unfortunate situation. 3 more seconds in here, the closer, and yes, they can bash their heads in, or LXD can set up for an early rotation towards speed 3 and finish things off right there, because there's no way C8 Pro can make a comeback in here from this point itself, but they don't want to let it go. They want to fight for every single inch to the very final second, Jericho.
They're gonna fight for it, and they do, but here comes the break. You can only break it once now if you're C8. This is where it's gonna matter the most. Here we go, 4 more seconds before the hill activates. The Purifier comes through. Nazi makes the play, but there's a play from behind. They break the hill. C8 Pro, here comes the cluster strike. The Goliath is ready as well. And C8 Pro, they are not backing down. He takes himself out. What is happening? Madman gonna make a play as well, but it doesn't matter. Damage has been done. Goliath is down. Here we go, C8 Pro. But the Goliath, it's gonna be stolen. Poppy at the back as well, AJ.
Tyrant Poppy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, getting it win for LXD. Steals it away. The sneakiest play. 147 to 136. C8 Pro gets shut down. What a play. Create takes him down. Madman with the double on the Annihilator. 144, 147 LXD. Jericho, it might just happen.
It just might happen. 3 more points. Last play to contest. Doesn't matter. The comeback is complete. C8 Pro.
C8. I tell you, this clan, this brand, just cracking everybody's heads open. And that final second comeback, it's not about the mechanical plays, it's not about the rotations, it's all about the sheer tenacity, man. Never say die attitude, all the way down to the line, all the way down to the end. And
147 in P2. They couldn't score a single point after that. LXD, their mental is broken. And C8 Pro fought for their lives there, AJ. Aura took himself out with a cluster strike. The Goliath didn't even matter. And actually, it was a decoy, AJ. It was a decoy. And for the side of LXD, they just wanted to get it.
Just mind blown with the intense pressure that C8 Pro managed to drag out there towards the final moments, and it was just intense all the way through. You're right, man. Holding them down to that point, not allowing them to pick up a single one when they went in there for the push of that second hard point. Third hard point, not a single point lost at all. And oh my goodness, this was one of the cleanest comeback at Summit Hardpoint we've witnessed in a long time, Jericho.
It has been the cleanest, you know. I mean, everything just came through in the end. I mean, Aura with 30, Cray with 27, Baki with 20, Cash with 13, and it's Zero's with 14. Only 3 players were positive. I mean, 2 players were positive for the side of LXD. Everyone was doing well.
Yeah, man.
They just made one mistake, and that was it.
I don't even know if that was a mistake, right? Because C8 Pro, like, they just bashed their heads in back to back to back. And it was just all about those gunfights towards the very end. And yes, they went in there for that very, very early rotation in, but way too many of their players just holding on to the spawn. Spawn gets broken first. And you need to respect the strategy out of C8 Pro, because although it was a moment where you would see a lot of teams panicking because the players of NASA were just too close to closing of the game, and in that panic moment, what a lot of these teams would have done is just taken a straightforward match, jumped into the hard point straight up and put a fight there. But no, C8 Pro, they knew the success to this money hill is taking over the spawns first, because my friend, if you're spawning all the way across the map, you're not going to be able to win it. And they focused on the right decision. The right decision making got them the victory, and LXD, they must be salty as heck right now.
Yeah, dude, what are you thinking? Like, you know, C8 Comco collected, and Baki opened things up with a snipe. Still hot from that last game, but yeah, if you're LXD, you lost by you lost. I mean, that was just, you hate to see it. You choked it out. You were so close. Your mental's broken. But if you are a true player, you just leave it. Just focus on that second game. But so far, C8, they open things up with the first blood.
Nancy, managing to get a back-to-back, and LXD back in front in terms of the numbers advantage 0 with the CBR in hand. Just some precautionary sprays, but gives away that information. They know they're not going to overextend the defending side of LXD. They back away and drop back into the defensive positions at the bomb sites. And this is what you want to see at an SND, not players going out there and hunting for kills, Jericho.
Yeah, not hunting for kills indeed, but please. Almost 3 versus 4. Man advantage goes to the side of LXD, and Noya, he knows he's there. Here comes the trophy. Does he decide to go for it? Just a 1v1 gunfight on the right as well. Trailer is going to be occupied by one player of LXD. He spots him, takes him. Now, beautiful shot. 3 versus 3 now. No trades whatsoever. And here comes C8 trying to make the play, but there's a player at the back as well. Zero QT also has a huge gunfight at the back. Nancy takes him out, and here comes the pinch. But Crate still has that thumper. What kind of play? Do they overextend? They can just go to B immediately now, but they want to force this. And here we go.
Poppy, so much of patience on display. Poppy, KRM, the patience pays off, and now tries to spot the next player, and he does get it with a backup of Nancy, shutting down Noya. C8 Pro, stellar plays to make it to the bomb site, but cannot put the bomb down on the ground, as LXD just way too sharp on the defensive. They could have thrown that match, Jericho. There was an overextension initially as they were hunting for kills, but the moment they backed away, they were already winning that round.
Yeah, they were only winning that round indeed. Now C8 down 0-1 again. Backs behind their wall. Oh, I can't even say it anymore. I'm losing words after that game number 1, AJ. But so far, 5 versus 5. Noya had that nasty snipe in that first round, AJ. Can he keep it up?
Yeah, he needs to continuously find all of these chances for himself. Just a couple of blind shots. You never know when you might get lucky with those wall banks. Mel's, on the other hand, just holding on to that backyard, waiting for someone to step up through passageway. Nobody's going to say hello to him just yet. Yes, a grenade comes flying through. Mel's knows that he is going to be pressured. Noya, on the other hand, misses that shot. Is he going to be able to find one? Still a 5v5. Both sides have all of their players still on in here. Just some teaser shots coming through.
Teaser shot, just trying to, just trying to lure them out and everything. But so far, nothing is happening. Just everyone's just trying to make a play here. But I love it from LXD. No overextension. Melds finally takes down Arrow. But so far, 5 versus 4, 4 versus 4. Crate takes down Hot Dog. Here we go. Here comes the push. Here comes the play. The thumper comes through as well. But nothing is going to happen there. Bomb should go down now. And C8, but they prevented the nade comes through. Nancy with the thumper takes down Crate. 4 versus 3. Bomb is down.
Yeah, LXD now, they've got the numbers advantage. Poppy still with the patience, doesn't need to step on out when he does hit mark first, but finishes off. Noya, Baki taken down by Madman. One final player. Can they go in there for the hunt? The bomb on the ground, and Zero QT all alone. CBR in his hand, he will be able to make a highlight play with the spray, but as I say that, Mel slides away and still gets the quick scope on him. CBR not quick enough for the sniper.
Yeah, not quick enough indeed. And LXD finally showing that top tier composure, AJ. I like this, even though you lost that game number 1, you focus on that game number 2, and that's what they're doing. And I like it so far. 4-0 for the side of Melds. 4-0 for the side of Hot Dog. I think one of their players for 4-0. But here comes the rush from C8. A different kind of C8. And this is what you want. Just rushing through. Crate takes one down. And that's going to be the opening they need. But Trailer, again, they're not going inside the trailer. They need to push together here. Poppy just better with the KRM. Can he make it 3-0? He gets traded out. Noya doesn't have anything to do here. But he's going to get taken out by Baki. The double sniper setup still breaking through. 2 versus 2.
Yeah, I want to think that LXD can run away with this, man. But, I've learned that C8 Pro can pull a comeback out of nowhere. So, still giving them the benefit of the doubt. But LXD, they are doing a stellar job at this firing range SND on the defending side. Really not letting off any bit at all. And Poppy with his KRM action back-to-back. And Nancy with the CBR backup. That's just a perfect combo right there, Jericho.
It's a perfect combo indeed. Just, play for trade. The back he takes out Madman. That's giving the opening they need. But now, C8, what kind of player are they going to go? But look at that. Look how deep number 5 is. Aura is going to be deep, and Noya takes out Hot Dogs. And they don't know if they're going to rotate back to B or A. But so far, that number 4 on your screen, that's going to be Nancy. on the flank. A little bit too slow there, AJ, because look at the side of C8, already inside the hill.
How can they pull this off, Papi? There's a teaser shot. Thumper comes looking for him, but he gets out of the way. Just anticipation, just understanding what the opponents will do in that situation, and he's just a couple of steps ahead. Papi now taken down by Create. Nancy with the backstab, but there's the final play of 5v1. The number stacked against Nancy. It's gonna be impossible as Noya shuts that down. C8 Pro makes one quick comeback of a round. Can they get another before we switch sides? They desperately need one.
They desperately need one indeed. They need to get this one just to, breathe in this game. But so far, C8 struggling in this S&D. This was their map pick, AJ. And so far, nothing is happening so far. But look at Madman. Wow, with a Holger, he's gonna get tagged up. But this might just be a play that he might think through after this, because pushing through with a Holger here, I don't think it might happen. If it works, hey, go for it.
Yeah, there's two ways this can fail, right? He goes in and he pushes in, he meets a CBR, bye-bye, sir. Or he gets wall-banged by Baki, but it doesn't seem to be the situation right now. Nancy over-pushing, Baki not going to be able to find him just yet. And that's a GG.
Aura takes down Melts, 5 versus 3 now. But Papi finally trades on Create, and Papi's just been in the same spot over and over and over again. Baki takes out Hot Dog, Papi trades them out. 3 versus 2 here. Papi trying to make a play, gets a hit marker with that KRM. Will spot more play on the left, gets a hit marker. No more RNG gods for you, and Bomb is gonna go down 1 versus 3. Nancy, can you clutch up?
Oh, Nancy. Oro just spotting him out. Thumper is just gonna get a hit mark, and Zero QT finishes off Nancy from afar. That's a smart play, and C8 Pro does pull one back before we switch sides, and this is why you do not count this clan out just yet, regardless of how much they seem like they're struggling out there. I mean, once again, pulling in that Summit Hardpoint as a example, it almost looked like that comeback was impossible, Jericho, before they made the impossible possible.
Yeah, I mean, they're just a pro team. C8 Pro. That's the name in it. And now Papi gonna push through. He's gonna take down one back. He trades down for Melds. Papi.
Timing.
Oh, does he spot him? Oh, that's the only time where smoke's actually very useful. They trade sides here, but Papi, is he gonna stay alive? But the Bowie knife says goodbye. And Baki now in a very great spot here, and this is where LXD might just struggle on the offensive side, but Arrow spots him again. The challenge comes in, but Matt, okay, the Holger for him is an SMG. I'll take it.
I mean, it all depends on what sort of attachments you throw on, and I'm very sure the audience will be curious as to what this madman has thrown onto his Holger. The ADS is not slow at all. So much of pressure, like you said, using it as an SMG, creating so much of havoc, but now as the final player, what can he pull off? Holger going up against CBR, and a DLQ from afar as well, gonna be pressuring him away. Zero QD stepping on in front, madman shuts him down. Holger still staying on top, Jericho.
Staying on top, but it's a C8. Guys, Bomb is down in 8. Stop. Okay, good. Pushing back. That is what you have to do, guys. If Bomb is down, just watch it over. And they spot him. Noya sends him to the next round. Now C8 Pro tied up 3-3.
Comeback most definitely possible in this situation. Yes, Papi had a great start. He's still doing great. Yes, Nancy's doing good. But Hat Dog, brother, where are the kills? Mel's is not hitting his snipes at all. And that just needs to change for LXD if they want to pull one match right back from C8 Pro. If this is yet another comeback, I don't think they can take that. Oro with a double. C8 Pro really stacking it up this time round. Jericho, I think they're hurting already.
Yeah, they're hurting indeed. And Crate takes one down. Spots another one. Takes 2 in a row.
Oh, GG.
Last player alive, Zero. He's going to find Papi with a Holger SMG. What can you find? Brings out the KRM, actually. Definitely good with that one. But what can he do in a 1 versus 4? He spots one. Misses the second one. Gets a hit mark on the third one. Finally takes him out. Okay, very winnable here. Holger in hand as well. But he's going to get pinched here by every single player by C8. He just has to pick his spots here.
Yeah, that play right there is exactly why I hate to meet shotgun players out there. The battlefield so sneaky, so smooth with their movements, and Papi just one of the best of these KRM players, man. But now let's see as he approaches the situation. Squad mate in hand, CBR4 instead of that KRM. He's got the DPS on him. Oh, but the timing for Noya already on the scope in, and he manages to get yet another for C8 Pro. What a great finisher, and LXD now behind Jericho.
Yeah, LXD now. Here we go. 3-4. And C8 Pro slowly leading, the momentum shifting already. And now look at LXD. That is a recipe for a 5-piece thumper right there. Finally, they decide not to turtle inside. They're actually turtling inside. I'm telling you, if a nade lands on that square box, AJ, we're definitely gonna laugh about that. But here we go. Nothing's happening yet. 5 versus 5. Meld's trying to find something. 2 kills only to his name, AJ. He needs to step it up.
Yeah, shower room, Nancy. Just a risky play from the bomber, all alone now. The bomb gets dropped. You know C8 Pro is going to come in there for the full rotation, as well as that backstab in terms of the pressure. Normal kill. Baki shuts down Nancy. Bomb on the ground. That's exactly what Baki needs. Look at the rest of the players jumping on inside of White Warehouse.
Oh my
Baki bags,
God.
melts as well. And this is C8 Pro and their supremacy out here in Call of Duty Mobile.
Supremacy indeed. 4 versus 3 crate will spot one more player! But hot dog! Beautiful shot, but it doesn't matter, AJ, because it's a 1 versus 4.
Make that a 1v3 as Noya finds Madman. C8 Pro, LXD now, just left with Papi, KRM in hand, bomb on the ground, too far away
spotted
from
him.
him. That's a GG for this guy. But as he repositions himself, I believe he might have been spotted out here from Noya. Noya now spotting out the top. Papi, CBR in hand together with that KRM on that combo. Noya trying to spot out Din, and he's not going to catch him off guard just yet. Papi's really good with the repositions, and Baki shuts him down. The numbers game ends up good for the side of C8 Pro. What a comeback in here, Jericho.
What a comeback indeed. Match point for them. They win 5 straight rounds. Can they make it here? And the mental of LXC, I'm telling you, AJ, they are starting great, but they're just slowly losing the momentum. Baki again with a sniper. Can he find something? He spots one, shoots, does take one down, spots another one, doesn't have to hit it, but he's there for the teammates. Crate as well as for the trades. Crate takes 2 down. 4 versus 2. Nancy trying to make a play as well, but but LXD, they're just really struggling.
4v2, make that a 3v2 as Nancy bags Noya. Timing, Oro.
What?
Oh, what a slide out, Oro, you crazy Call of Duty mobile player, you. C8 Pro with their second victory, Jericho. This brand, this clan, I am speechless.
I am speechless as well. I mean, that last slide, that was pretty nasty. 6-3. They lost 3 in a row. They won 1 round. And then they won 5 straight. I mean,
C8.
it's
That's all
C8.
we gotta say, man. C8.
It's
But
C8.
now it drops into domination. Are
Here
we
we
gonna
go.
see a potential reverse sweep? Are we gonna see a potential comeback? Or are we gonna see a 3-0 dominant C8 Pro victory? Papi did so much. Nancy kept up with the pace. This deadly duo was doing so much, but the rest of the team members, Had Dog, Mel, stepping up way too late in the game, Jericho.
Yeah, way too late indeed. I mean, it was only Poppy and Nancy just making the plays. Madman, Hot Dog, as well as Melds combined for 8 kills. That's as much as Nancy did. And for the side of C8, everyone was doing a lot of things. Besides Zero Cutie, he hasn't been stepping up, but I feel like in Domination, that's where he's going to unlock that final boss form for C8. Going to be very, very interesting what we can see here, AJ. Domination coming right up. But, I mean, for the side of Tyrant, what else can you do here? Everything's just not going well.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation here for LXD as they step on up and try to get those victories. They do seem to be finding points. They do seem to be finding those rounds, but they cannot find the finisher against C8 Pro, who bring in the never say die attitude. And no matter how good their opponents seem at the start, they always finish as the winners. C8 Pro blowing our minds all throughout this grand finals day at Ways of War Philippines. It was a great semifinals to make it through to here to the finals with a 3-0, and potentially now even finishing off the finals with another 3-0. And LXD, no matter how much of promise they had at that Hardpoint or even the SND, just seems like C8 Pro is just a little too good for them at the moment.
Yeah, a little too good for them indeed. And now we're going to see if they can make it a 3-0. Or like you said, AJ, the reverse sweep is very, very possible. Let's see what happens here.
C8 Pro. Now is their opportunity. I mean, remember what we talked about at the start of this show, Jericho? It was for some of the brands out there who are in the ways of War Philippines. It's not about the prize pool. It's all about going out there and proving your worth within the COD community, proving your worth to the rest of the competitive players out there, the rest of the competitive brands, to say that your brand is in here to not only stay but to continuously slay. And C8 as a whole, not just with C8 Pro but through all of their teams, have been doing a tremendous job at sending that message out.
Yeah, they've done tremendously, AJ. And now, this is it. Will this be the end? Or will we see another game number 4 and potentially game number 5? But C8 start things off with a 2-piece immediately. Just like that, B's gonna be captured. Nancy trying its best, but they're all gonna get taken out. And B is captured by C8 already in the first. Not yet. Not yet. Prevention comes through and LXD, but there's a 1v1 happening over there. But more players from C8, they're going to be able to capture that one. Fast capture coming through. They want to finish this fast, and so far, they're starting things off very, very good.
Yeah, Baki with the backstab earlier on, just lingering a little bit longer than he needed to over at Laundry, just to pressure the players of LXD, and that allowed the capture of that B flag. Smart plays overall by C8 Pro, but it's all about LXD and how they make a comeback in here. No overextensions just yet, and yes, Papi does step on through to see if he can pull away that C flag. He gets taken down, and they will also lose Flobe in that risky maneuver of that overextension. But the rest of the players not focusing in together. They need the numbers here against C8 Pro if they want that C flag.
Yeah, they really need the numbers indeed, but so far nothing is happening here for the side of LXD. They're just, just trying to get some kills here, but so far no cap or whatsoever. They're gonna get taken out one by one. And for the side of C8, they're just having their way with it. They're just pushing in one by one. Look at Papi trying to make a play on his own. He's gonna get that opening kill, but can they hop on the flag and get some points?
And this is the biggest question now for the side of LXD. Can they close off on the B flag at the very least? They send in their players. Hat Dog needs to win this gunfight. He steps onto the side using the vehicle as cover, but that's not enough at all. Papi with the backup as well. He gets taken down after getting Zero QD out of the equation. And LXD so close and yet still so far away from C8 Pro.
Yeah, so far away from C8 Pro indeed. 48-26 is the score. So far, AJ, C8 Pro, they're just really doing everything right from the book, and LXD, they're just trying to do too much here. Why don't you want to overextend? Go for that C flag. Stop barging your head in, but finally they managed to break it, and here comes the cap from LXD.
Oh, finally the play will be possible as they pull that B flag away. A flag just on a teaser from the side of C8 Pro. Create now bagging a triple for himself. What a way to set up that B flag takeover. Instantaneous comeback from C8 Pro, and LXD are left stumped once again.
Yeah, LXD are stuck here. 62-39. Here we go. But here comes Hot Dog with the Annihilator making a play. Can he find more kills with the Annihilator? Misses that shot, but he misses 2 shots in a row, misses all 3. You hate to see it, but here we go. C8, they still have control of that B flag. 71-43. The damage has been done in LXD. They need to find a miracle in that second half.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And that miracle better come finding them a little bit quicker, because it's just giving them an anxiety breakdown right now. C8 Pro, on the other hand, making a beeline to victory to serve up yet another donut in convincing fashion to prove that the C8 brand is not just here to stay, but they are in here to dominate the whole of this COD community pro scene. What a way to make a name for yourself, Jericho.
Yeah, what a name indeed. 75-45. Here we go. Second half starts. Things off with Crate again, just being super aggressive, getting everything that he brings out the Purifier. Might be the best time to use it. He's not gonna get macheted. It doesn't matter. He takes down 2. One more player on his right side, but finally Madman takes him down with the Annihilator. Let's see if he can keep on going. Madman missing 3 in a row. Finally gets him as well. But where are his teammates? His teammates are nowhere to be found.
Almost making a play. B flag will drop into the hands of C8 Pro after the hold of the power position. No backstab coming through, no support at all. You are right, Jericho. The teammates of LXD just not there to support the player. C8 Pro, on the other hand, they always have these angles locked down, and both the power position, both Art as well as Andre, held on by C8 Pro, and it's no wonder that they have the lead in here, but they will lose their home flag, and for once, that is a great extension aggression coming through from LXD in this domination matchup, but they get traded out in terms of their own home flag.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're just going to overextend as well. CA Pro just knows what to do if they lose that home flag. Take over the other flag immediately. And now 100-63 here, AJ. CA Pro running away with this game. The Pred comes through. The prevention comes through. Double Pred comes through. That's how you use a Predator missile. CA Pro delaying the enemy. And just like that, 105-66. LXD, what can you find? What can you do? This is all CA Pro.
And that's what I mean, man. When you bring in the Pred missile, you get to hover, you get to hang, you get information, you pass it back to your team members, and you choose where and who you want to take out. And that was just perfection, if you ask me, on the side of C8 Pro. And now 116-72, LXD try to pull that B flag away. They will succeed, but for how long can they hold on to this? Because all C8 Pro needs right now is to hold on to one flag, but they do not want a slow trickling victory. They want a dominating showing. They want to go in hells blazing, guns blazing all the way down to the end, and C8 Pro might be able to do that. But look at LXD with a cheeky attempt on the triple, Jericho.
Yeah, cheeky attempt indeed, but 132-84, very, very winnable if you are LXD. That double cap comes through. That's very, very good right now. But let's see if they can hold it for how long. Auro trying to make a play. We'll take him down. And just like that, they clear out the B. But there's one more player. They take down all the players of LXD. And just like that, B will be on the capture. But Auro, does he spot the player in Laundry? He doesn't spot him in Madman. He's going to try to defend it as well. But he does take him out. And just like that, still winnable if you are LXD.
Still winnable if you're LXD, but you need the triple cap. You cannot allow C8 Pro now to run away with this. Just one flag, but C8 Pro just constantly overextending, making sure they have that insurance for themselves. And now, with the capture of this B flag, it is gonna be game over. Or will LXD prove to be once just like C8 Pro, who never say die towards the very end as well? We saw a comeback earlier on, Jericho. Nothing is impossible in this fight, but C8 Pro, as usual, just flaring up towards the end.
Yeah, flaring up towards the end. 144, 110 AJ. I think we can crown them the champions. C8 Pro taking it home in amazing fashion, not dropping a single map during the semis as well in the grand finals, AJ. They're gonna bring it home 150-112. Congratulations, C8 Pro. Your ways of 4 champions. Amazing, amazing, amazing gameplay.
Oh, just fantastic, man, from the get-go. You know, we talked about how some teams are playing in here to prove that they are ones you need to look out for within the community, within the pro scene of Call of Duty Mobile. And C8 Pro has done that in such convincing fashion, in such convincing manner. Even, and you know, the never say die attitude, man, that's what gets me. The never say die attitude of C8 Pro at that summit hardpoint solidifies who they are as a clan, solidifies their goals in the community's pro scene. And I think it is fantastic to have a brand like this playing their hearts out. Not one, not two, but 3 teams out of the C8 clan now, just stealing all of our attention, Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, every single team there making the name for themselves at C8 Pro right behind them. I'm so proud of them. It's just great to see that. But, you know, gotta give props to LXD. You know, they came in here with a 3-0. Unfortunately, that game number 1 and game number 2 really just broke down their mental, AJ. I feel like, you know, that first game, yes, that second game, it was just a nail in the coffin. And that game number 3, CA did just ran away with the momentum the whole series, AJ.
Oh yeah, it happens to the best of us, man, and I do not blame LXD. It was a crazy good showdown at Summit Hardpoint, and they did so well, but they just could not finish off. And I feel like they might have taken it very hard on themselves for taking their foot off the gas pedal at that Hardpoint Summit, right? Because they were so close to getting the W on there, but when they dropped the ball, they just seemed to have lost that momentum, right? And when we dropped into S&D, C8 Pro executes them in the exact same fashion. They give them a little bit of hope, and then they rip it all the way. They rip it all away from them and punish them even in that S&D. All throughout the series, there was just one dominant, one titan of a team, Jericho.
One titan of a team indeed. And now we start things off with Summit HP. We do see here coming through, I mean, you know, we can just skip this. Just go through the ending production. You know, that's where the fun part begins when the Goliath came through. And this is the one right here, the decoy Goliath Tyrant. They wanted to go for it. It was a 50. It was a win-win for C8. If they take it, they can focus fire it. If they take it, they could just also decoy it. So
Yep.
I mean, C8 just smart plays and then just huge plays here towards the end with that cluster as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I thought that when that XS1 Goliath was going to get picked up, that was it. GGWP. And they were going to finish things off. But just creating so much of havoc out there, just holding on to the spawns with the backstab on that XS1 Goliath as well. It was just insane. And of course, we did see some stellar plays out of LXD. First 2 rounds, superb. Third round in there, great. But C8 Pro from then on showed us exactly what we spotted at that Hardpoint summit. The never say die attitude. And they carried the game all the way through to the end as a very, very dominating victor.
Yeah, very dominating victor indeed. And this S&D, things were just going good for C8 Pro. They lost 3 rounds in a row. They won 6 in a row. So I mean, what else do you ask for? Domination, same story, AJ. Start to finish, never say die. They just wanted to win it already, get that 3-0, be the champion. And congratulations, C8, for doing that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. C8 Pro, what a day. What a game, what series back-to-back, what a showdown to prove their worth in the Call of Duty Mobile Pro scene. And, you know, it's just so mind-blowing to see this clan chug out so many of these top-notch players back-to-back, Jericho.
Yeah, back-to-back indeed. And now we do have... 124 to 87. This is where pretty much everything just happened here, AJ. And C8, they just pretty much ran away with it. 3-0, double 3-0. A lot of donuts, 1 breadstick.
Absolutely, man. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as usual, the Ways of War Philippines, as fantastic as ever. Jericho with yet another shout out. He's got his friend. You got him blushing all over the place by flashing out on a live stream. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that brings the show to a close. Well done, C8 Pro. We hope to see you guys out there crushing it ever so much more. But to all of the other teams that stepped up to the plate as well, we hope to see you guys right back in the fray, continuously fighting for your own place in the pro scene as well. This is not the end at all, Jericho, although it is the end of the broadcast. My name's AJ. I'm the Mustachio down here with the one and only VVV Jericho. You guys have a great night and have a good day.
See you on Saturday.